Come on into the room. We'd like to welcome you. I'm the H-Town Vet, and we'd like to welcome you to this live stream. Come on and join us. In this live stream, you get to interact with the H-Town Vet, give your opinion, ideas, and knowledge. You can bring that to the table. Come on in. As you come into the room, let us know you're here. Some of our regulars, let us know you're here. And for the new people, we'd like to thank you for joining this live stream. I am the H-Town Vet. This is a place where we talk about veteran benefits, dependent benefits, disability benefits, active duty military, all that. Okay, we got Sherry. Hi to everyone and welcome to the newcomers. Yes, we have Frog Princess in the house here, present and accounted for. A little earlier, Dogface Soldier said that was me responding to him. He said hi, but that was about 30 minutes ago. Probably still in the room. Come on in, we're gonna get started. And doing this broadcast, we're doing it a little earlier tomorrow. I got some things to do, so I won't be available. So let's see where Sherry said, hi, Frog Princess. Yes. Yes, indeed. Now, come on, we're trying to reach critical mass, get a few more in here. Thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate the idea, Sherry, about the t-shirts. Sherry said, hi, Dogface Soldier. And I did get the information, Sherry, so I thank you for that. When I get back, I'm gonna start trying to figure some things out, how to execute it. And we thank you for being so supportive. Now, we're gonna get ready to get started here. Let me turn that music down a little bit more. Y'all barely can hear it on y'all end. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I accept that. Thank you. Because what we have to do, we have to be constructive in helping each other. The whole thing of why we started here, this at the H-Town Vet, is that a lot of people that help, that purport to help veterans, not that they don't, it's like it's a lot of, how can I say, red tape to get to them, and you got to do this, and you got to go over there, you got to hold your breath and all these things. And we need, I'm here because of the interaction. Let me see. He say, what's up? In the house, Mr. International. Now let me see. Frog Princess, connect for me, and my dad will be spotty tonight. Okay. We are traveling on the road. Okay. No problem at all. But as you can come in and out, if when you're able to make it in here, Frog Princess, just let us know. Because I know I have to take my daughter them to school next week. So I'm sure because you had talked about college, you might be going back to school. No problem at all. We appreciate your commitment. And see, this is what I enjoy about it, y'all. We have a dependent of a veteran. I've seen this a few times. Dependents, active duty, and people come in and out, and we got to be here because everybody is at different places in their life. Okay, some people are going to come and they'll come back later, because I know that's how I was when I was a little younger. I had other things on my plate, job, different things. But this is important that we be here because we have to be able to do several things: support each other, share information with each other. You understand? This is important. We have to be supportive and share information, because a lot of times everybody's caught up. You too much, Mr. International. He say he here forever. He's here forever. Listen, I don't know what it is, y'all. All I am is just running my mouth, and y'all seem to enjoy this. I don't get it. Oh boy, y'all something else. I thought I was gonna be home by myself when I first started, and people started coming on. I'm like, what is this? I was amazed. So thank y'all for the support because we family here. We gonna make it happen. See, the reason I'm so straightforward with y'all about how I think, once we get to that part of the after party, so nobody ever tell you that H-Town Vet he's like this, but he's really like that. No, you'll know how I feel because I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And we do everything within reason with respect. Me and the other brother Knight, we was talking about politics, remember? But we know what happened at the end. He said, I love you, brother. I told him I love him too. You understand? We don't have to agree on everything, but we have to. That's why we, even concerning these benefits, we need to be able to make sure that we able to question each other without people getting offended. I have no offense to people talking to me because they have changed things. There was no such thing as a high level review. They just renamed it. It's the same thing as just doing an appeal with a DRO, but I didn't know that. I learned so much from y'all. Now, I don't have to, an end goal. I'm not trying to reach 100%. I'm trying to fight for people's entitlements. Hey, listen, it's all right that you have things that you benefit from it, but we know you're here to help people. Brother, you wouldn't be here. You've been supportive. Y'all have been very supportive. You understand? And you put paper down, brother, so we know you for real. And you always just as humble and kind, you and Sherry, Military Mike, Frog Princess, everybody. And look, that you see how we can talk to each other. We family. Don't have to agree on everything. I'm a little crazy on certain things, but we family. We're gonna make this thing work. Now let's get started here. Let's get started on the live stream. And tonight you're gonna be able to interact whenever you when you get ready. I'm gonna go over some slides though. I've tonight did the greatest hits. I brought everything together dealing with the live stream. The different information. Nowhere else you're gonna get this type of continuity, okay? So let me get everything caught up here. Thank you so much. Let me pull the banner down. Now let's get into this. Oh, I need to pull that music down a little bit. Let's see. All right, here we go. Now, let's get started. What are we doing? We always do a little housekeeping, but the topic is just question and answers, even though I'm going to go over some information here tonight at the H-Town Vet. Anytime you have any questions, answers, and we're going to save any off topics. We'll talk, in the after party. It could be about veteran information, life. So other people who watch this recorded, they'll be able to get the information first if they don't want to sit here and listen to us chat. Now, so the question and answers tonight, but we got a topic we cover. The H-Town Vet say peace to everybody, peace to everybody. Remember our schedules, usually on what? It's on Sundays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Tonight we started a little late because I had to pick my daughter up from a hair appointment. You know how it is? When the black girls getting their hair braided, that's an all-day thing. I took my niece yesterday, it took her today. I told them, do I get any overtime? You understand? Hold on, let me come up on the screen. Huh? I'm going down there fighting that Houston traffic. I said, well, my overtime, do I get a tip for the hair? So I had to make sure that traffic getting back here, out here to Richmond, look crazy. Now, let us continue. Now, tonight, as you notice, we didn't do our regular scheduled broadcast on Thursday because I'm going to be preoccupied tomorrow. A lot going on. Look at he laughing at me. That's right. Sometimes my grandma said you got to laugh to keep from crying. Now listen. So that's that. Follow us, please. Now always check to make sure that you're subscribed because sometimes you'll be unsubscribed. So just make sure that the button says subscribe if you're my and click on notification. For some reason, it makes you click it on every time. I don't know why, but make sure you haven't been unsubscribed. Now, here's the information. Want to thank everybody that has been supportive throughout the time. The information, the donations and everything. So if you want to follow our channel, it's at H-Town Vet Northside. And then we have our Cash App, which is $ H-Town Vet Northside, capital H, capital T, capital V, and a capital N. Now, this is really important when it comes down to you contacting us. I was able to contact and let a few of you know that I have your email, that we were going live. So that's our email, htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. All of it is the same word. I made sure I got that straight, all right? Now, let us continue. Your opinion counts, okay? Whatever you say is important. Remember, I'm just a facilitator, not a leader. Watch out for the word confusion. Remember, always make sure that you know what your goals are and where you at, what you're trying to achieve. Understand the different percentages, and that different disabilities, not all of them have a percentage from 0 to 100% with 10% increments. No, some of them, like PTSD, only have 6. And pretty soon it's about to have 5 next year if they change the rules. All right. So let's keep track of that. And we do this for the new people that are coming into the broadcast. If the information has been informative, or if you want to wait to the end, please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all like that little shiny stuff I put up there, huh? Let's see. Now, this is what we're going to be covering. So what we've done here at the H-Town Vet, we come up with the 6 elements of a VA disability. So when you're dealing with disability, it's kind of how can I say, it's a process. It's filing a claim. Most time you have a medical examination. Sometimes you get your benefits without a medical exam. Then if you are denied, you can do an appeal through a higher level review or through the Board of Veteran Appeals or the other claim process. Now, also, we're going to be covering is the temporary and permanent. So we're just bringing all of these things together so people are not confused, especially the new people. And then we're going to talk about protected ratings. So what we like to do here at the H-Town Vet, once we go over a topic, which we did, the protected ratings are the 5-year rule, 10-year rule, and the 20-year rule. We like to reinforce those things because, H-Town Vet was a teacher. Now, the last thing is the form. None of this means anything if you don't use the right forms when you're applying for benefits, when you're requesting an update, when you are filing an appeal. You need to use the right form, or you could delay the process or even be denied. That's why we go over these things, okay? Let us continue. Now, the first one, number 1, we just went over the 6. Now we're going to start with the first one, filing a claim. All right, this is something that most people do. All right, filing. Now, you do that at the VA claims office most of the time. All right, some of you that are active duty, you can file your claims while you're on active duty, and sometimes they have the VA representative come over to the base and help you there. Let me know if my sound is okay. We're going to continue. Now, there are different kinds of claims. All right, if y'all want to tell us what type of claims have you filed, okay, we have direct service connection. Those are the ones that say I got injured in the military. I got injured, and my injury is I want service connection directly for how I got hurt. Then there's secondary. Okay, I have a back problem, but the back problem makes me depressed. I'm service connected for my back, and it causes me depression. The depression would be secondary to the back issue. All right. Now, Sherry says I sound good. Thank you so much. Now, then there are presumptive, and a lot of us know about the presumptions. Y'all let me know some of the presumptives in the chat. I know about the PACT Act. That is a presumptive claim, service connection. All right. It's not based on evidence. It's based on the fact if you were in country and you have the symptoms related to that. Unfortunately, I was in Desert Storm, okay? And when I say unfortunately, not just so much being in Desert Storm, we went in an area where they were blowing up ammunition and trucks and stuff, and they told us there were no chemicals in it, but there were. Now, in the people that were where we were at, I could see it, I could see the trucks, right? But they were far away in the vehicles, but they wanted to make sure they didn't use them again. There were actually chemicals in those trucks. They sent me a letter, one in 1999, the other one in 2000, saying that I was exposed to low levels of sarin gas. All right. Now, as a result, I looked at the research going on, people that were in Desert Storm that were in that area that I was, and it was just, some tank battalions and support groups. Brain cancer is higher in that group than others in the general population, meaning people with development in their late 20s, early 30s. Okay. See, a lot of, and it's not to upset anybody, but I'm just breaking it down to you. Now we have reopened. So we got presumptive. You got DIC claims. That's for death benefits for the surviving spouse of a veteran that's 100% disabled or die of that service-connected disability. Now, many times the spouse can be substituted into the claim. Also, children, especially with some of these presumptive service connections, they are allowing the children, if they have certain ailments. I know for Vietnam veterans, spina bifida is one of them. And they can get because we had one, I think Love, he is the child of a 100% disabled veteran. Now we're going to have a look at under DIC. We're going to have this law change. Remember I talked about that? The law change. So even if some people put in a claim now, if it's not within that year of that law changing, so if you put it in outside that year, you're going to be all right. But if you put it in within that year, even if you put it in, you might fall under the new law. If they don't approve it before the law change, that's why you want to get those CMP exams. It ain't just putting your claim in. You need to go ahead and get them to make a decision on that claim. Favorable, okay? Okay, cashews, no cashews tonight. I went to California Pizza, Jamaica, my Jamaican brother, I think he's Jamaican. I love that jerk chicken though. You understand? Now, a lot of times people don't realize if there was a decision error, that's where, see where they say decision error, that's where it falls into place with who? That falls into place with that high level reviewer or decision review officer, the same thing. And I want y'all to understand, if you were in service and got injured in the hospital, you need to file a claim for that. If you got injured in a hospital off base, you need to file a claim for that because that's service connected because you were in service. Even if you were in a car wreck, got hit by a vehicle, fell off a bicycle, or your significant other pushed you down some stairs, whatever, you file a claim for that because that was in service. Now at that VA hospital, that's why you got to be very careful, especially as some of us getting older. If I get older, I told my daughter to be very mindful of anything that happens to me there. Keep track of what's going on. You can file a claim on that if they engage in what they call malpractice. We have a video covering all of this. Reopen claims, and many of us file claims for increases because very few people get 100% the first time out. All right. So look at all these different type of claims. Now, where you gonna get all this information condensed in one slideshow? All right, that's what we doing here. We glad to have you here. Afifa, I want to say M, call you M, Brother Kakim. Okay, conflicting opinions. If that's another one dealing with that high level reviewer, if the regular rater, the VA rater says one thing, but the DRO, decision review officer, who's a more high level rater and has more experience, says something different, that's when it need to be dealt with. Now, let us continue. Remember the claim process on evidence-based claims. And primary and secondary claims are evidence-based claims, okay? Presumptive claims are not evidence-based claims. They are presumptive. If you were in country, I was in Dallas, I was in Iraq, I was in Kuwait, I was in what's the other place I was in? Saudi Arabia. So being in Iraq and around the oil fields in and what's that place I tell you that little Kuwait? I was right there. So it's presumptive that I may have some effects from those chemicals. Like some, I used to have skin problems with it. It ain't as bad now. I went and got some of that mango hair grease, and it helped me with my skin condition. I used to have dry skin around my scalp since that storm. I shouldn't be saying that, huh? That I'm healed. I might want to file a claim on that. I still have dry skin sometimes around my ears. Now let us continue. Oh, I didn't do that. So the first thing when you're dealing with claims, we have several videos. You get this here at the H-Town Vet. First thing you must do is focus. You need to focus on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to get service connection? Or are you filing for an increase? Okay? Or are you trying to file a presumptive claim? Or you need to figure out what you're trying to do. Then if it's an evidence-based claim, like most direct claims are, what direct claims are, you need to get the evidence together and back it up with VA law, and then it put your request in. You understand what I'm saying? Now let us continue. Now understand how the VA is broken down into departments. The VA is just not the VA regional office or the benefits section. There are three parts to the VA, and they all fall under the office of the Secretary, all right, of Defense. So now you have the VBA, which is the Veterans Benefit Administration, what we commonly call the VA. That's why I told you they use these word confusions and they don't never give us the knowledge to explain this to us. Then we have the Veteran Health Administration, right, with the VHA, which is the VA hospital. Because at first, I didn't know the VA hospital was separate from the VA regional office or the VBA. Then we have the National Cemetery Administration. So you need to know that these all are part of the VA. All right. If you have anything dealing with the cemetery, I think you can contact the cemetery, but you can also file a claim, I believe, at the regional office. Someone let me know if I'm wrong. Oh, that's right. H-Town don't have no problem with being wrong. Now, remember, so when you file a claim, either you're trying to get service connecting your military service to your injury. All right. And that's called a nexus. For example, I was in Desert Storm. My PTSD is connected to, operations on my tank, being on, I was 19 kilo. So that's the nexus or connection. All right. Now we got some EMI. Langley, Virginia. What you know about Langley? Huh? What you know about that? I lived up in Virginia for 6 years. Yeah, H-Town got around a little bit. Yes, he did. I'm glad everybody's coming here on this off night. I really appreciate you for being here. Okay? Now let us continue. You're going to be able to talk as much as you want. I'm just getting this information. So like I say, you can file for service connection or you could file for an increase. Many times veterans file for increases or they're worried about filing for increases because their fear is that they might get reduced. If you're under 100%, I wouldn't be worried about it. Make sure everything that you file is based on the evidence. And we're going to talk about those protections in a minute. All right. So let me pull myself up. So for you to know who I am the H-Town Vet, and we'd like to welcome you to this live stream. This is an interactive live stream. You can interact throughout the stream, but I'm trying to get through the slideshow right now. But if you got any questions about that, let us know. And I'm doing it for the people that watch, recorded, because I didn't realize they be like, can you stamp it? So we'll know, because I had to go to work. People starting to like this stuff. Oh, make me feel important. Now let's get back. Now, so remember, when you're filing a claim, an evidence-based claim, usually you're filing for an increase or you're filing for what? Service connection. Now, then you got to choose how you're going to go about this. This is why the focus part is so important. Are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to use a veteran organization like a VSO, the American Legion, Veteran of Foreign Wars, or there are local ones here like in Texas, the Texas Veteran Commission, I think they help veterans, so there might be some in your states. Or do you use a lawyer? Who in here has used a lawyer before? Who did it themselves? Who used a veteran organization or what VSO we call it, Veteran Service Officer? Let us know in the chat. Now, like I say, that could be the American Legion, Veteran of Foreign Wars, or the DAV. Now remember, it's important that you organize your information. Okay, so we have one that say they did it, Mr. International say, I did it myself. See, when do y'all feel comfortable doing it yourself? Now, I like this. I'm about to get to your EMI, but you got it longer, so I'm going to get I use the law of Woods and Woods. Let me ask you, why are the lawyers tend to be so solid? Or do y'all have real good experiences with them? Because I appreciate them putting out information about veteran information, putting out, different videos on veteran information. So, when would you use a lawyer? When would you not use a lawyer? We're going to get to the information. You're going to be able to talk tonight. Okay. It's headquarters for Air Combat Command. What do you know about the CIA? You have people spying on us for reductions. Well, it's like this here. As long as you bash your claims up with VA law, it's no big deal. I'm not, like I say, I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm on here, but I'm talking to other veterans. My condition, I have a condition. As long as nobody cross me, step on my grass, we're gonna have some problems. You understand? I'm gonna try to keep it cool, but stay off my grass, huh? So mine is a conflict. Mine wings and wings. If you catch me the wrong day and you mess with me, I'm gonna walk off the first time. The second time is just whatever you want it to be. And I don't want to be like that. So I take lots of medication to deal with that. So now, if you telling them you can't use your feet, you can't walk, let me come up on the screen. But they got video of you walking around people. And this is another thing. Y'all got to stop telling everybody y'all business. Stop telling everybody I'm 100%. And I'm 100% because I'm in a wheelchair. But they see you walking all around there. They're going to tell on you. Because sometimes your condition, you may be able to walk with your condition. Sometimes you may not be able to. Tell them the truth. Tell them what's going on. You just say, sometimes just tell them about what's really, you tell them about what's the problem is. But you ain't got to say, I'm totally blind. If you're not totally blind, don't lie to them. They see you driving a car, Tell them you driving one of them smart cars. Let's see you say, I built a house 6 feet underground. They won't see me being happy though through the walls. Yeah. So that's like, they don't always run around spying on you, but the whole thing is you cover yourself, take care of your business. Make sure you get your claim based on honesty, based on handling your business and it being what it is. Okay. Now, Medgar Evers, the civil rights leader, he was a World War II veteran. He built his house. When you walk in, it goes by 3-4 feet down. So when he did get taken out, his wife and his children were saved because they were kind of walking where their head was toward the floor because he had designed his house like that. You understand? But they caught him getting out his car. So yeah, a lot of veterans do that. They'll do things with that. What have y'all done to modify your living space because of your military training to protect yourself? What kind of things you did? One, I got an easement behind me, so I don't have no neighbor behind me. I'm on a cul-de-sac, but I'm not inside the cul-de-sac. I'm before you get to the cul-de-sac. And the only way you can come into my neighborhood, you have to drive in, and you can only drive back out. So if I'm gonna see you coming in, and you're gonna have to come back around and see me again. You understand? So that there are certain security things that we may not be aware of that we do as veterans to secure our surroundings. Even if especially if we've been traumatized, sometimes people won't go to certain restrooms by themselves. They don't like hearing certain noises. So you don't have to pretend. You just make sure it's based on the evidence and you being honest about what happened to you. Tell your story. Now let us continue. I'm really enjoying here with y'all tonight. We're about 20% done with it, and we're going to let y'all talk as much as y'all want to. Now, get that evidence together. So you say your goal at the top, you collect your evidence, then organize it. You say your goal is 100% PNT. Well, get all your evidence together, your medals, your photos. Anybody had photos from in the military, tell you the young people, your family members, your children, nephews, and nieces, take photos. Your DD-214, your medical records, your dental records, they might be separate. And then find the laws that back up your evidence. You understand? So that way you don't have to be worried about nobody looking at you. You get some binoculars and you look right back at them. Now, okay, hold on. I gotta give me a second. Okay, let me see here. He said, okay, he said I have questions after the lesson. Of course, no problem at all, okay? Please stick around. We appreciate y'all being here. Y'all been very supportive. Oh, I forgot, that's what I want to say. This is another thing I want y'all to do. Please, everybody that's in here, if you're about to drop down, listen to this first. Make sure that if you go to a CMP exam, let your doctor know if you went to the emergency room. This is very important because that CMP doctor will check to see if you had emergency room visit. So if your PTSD get bad, if you can't sleep, if your ailments or anything happens, because it could be a side effect of your condition, you let them know. Yes, I went to emergency room on this day. Keep a list of all your emergency room visits. I went there, I had something happen to me, and sometimes I be in bad places. I went up there, and they got the hotline. How good is that hotline to y'all? I called it one time. That mental health hotline. Now understand, I want you to visualize this here. If you're new to us, EMH, I think you've been in before. Hold on, let me cough right quick. Hold on. Now, before I get to it, Sobriety for Life. Love that name. Bonjour, H-Town. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. President accounting for. Hold on. You calling the soldier out. I salute. Carry on, soldier. Now, just cutting up. Just an old dude cutting up. That's all. Don't pay me no mind. Now, this is what's important. I want y'all to visualize this here. Don't worry about nobody watching you if you do this here. You following me? Follow what I say. If you're getting these claims done by people that's making up stuff to get your disability, you got problems. The VA will still call you in if everything's right. Don't worry about that. That's why we here. We're going to show you how the hell that you're going to fight all that. You understand? Now let us continue. Now, here's the thing. If you want to get your claim approved, you need the evidence. And that evidence need to be backed up by VA law. So you need to know what the VA laws are related to the conditions. You need to know the schedule rating for your condition, what symptoms get you the benefits that you need from your condition. All right, we're going to talk about that. And we're covering all this in one slide. Now, understand this, a lot of people don't realize this. We're still dealing with the claim part, that being a disabled veteran is a legal status. Who's ever told you that before, other than myself? Anybody ever told you that before? That it is a legal status based on case law. You understand? That's why when they deny you, you can take it before court. All right. All right. Now let us continue. And this is the law book to the left. This is the actual law book that you can use to quote when the VA denies your claim. I've used it along with my representative, and they couldn't do nothing but agree. But if they don't think you know this law, they could tell you anything. Mr. International tell you that. Whatever they can get away with. Now, this is the actual day-to-day manual that they use at the VA regional office, okay? So this is the book that they go by, the guidelines that should be based on the law, but this is something good to understand too, and find out how it relates to when you get a re-examination. They got rules on how to handle re-examinations, okay? So this is the guidelines in the book that they have at the rear. I have a copy of one. I got a copy of both of them. Now remember, when you're filing a claim, you got to put in the proper request for what condition you are claiming. If you're filing for an increase, say that. If you're filing for service connection, say that. Now, as we told you, what do you want? If you don't tell them what you want, don't be surprised if they don't give it to you. You know, Mr. Brown, this is our, hypothetical Mr. John Brown. He wanted 100% permanent and total. He wanted a permanent total rating of 100% for post-traumatic stress disorder. He wanted his dependents to be able to get dependent educational assistance. He wanted them to be able to get CHAMP VA health care. That means he permanent total if they get that. Now, we got Oasis all the way from Ramstein Air Force Base. I know Ramstein. Guten Tag. That's German right there. I was over there in Germany 3. I forget what the response is supposed to be. Guten Tag. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I should have learned more German when I was over there, but I didn't. Now, here we go. Now, look at the options. I must take a moment here. Y'all tell me which option you take. I'm old school, so I go for the stamped copy. Who filed a claim online? Who's filed a claim by mail? So if you did a stamped copy, if you did it by mail, put an M. If you did it online or by computer, put a C. If you did it getting a stamped copy, put S. SC, yeah. Let us know. Let us know which way y'all went in filing y'all claim. See, I want to see how many. So, like I say, M for if you mailed in your claim. Most people, I don't think, mail in claims. If you got a stamped copy, you went up to the regional office and they stamped your paperwork and you submitted and you got a copy of it, which is the safest way to do it. But you may not be able to do that all the time, depending on how far you are from a regional office of the VA. And how many of you have done it online? Let us know. He's talking German. I can't remember what he. Let's see. Oh, she talking German. That's sister. Oh, she talking back to you, Sister Sharon. The M21 is in the house. Hola. All right. Let us know which way you filed your claim. Did you get a stamped copy? Did you do it by computer? Or you mailed it in? Which way do y'all think is easier? Which way is easier? Let us know. I'm going to give y'all a moment to comment on that. If y'all don't know, move on. Drake Miller. Now let us continue. Now remember that we talked about how the VA takes a long time. What's okay? Sherry did hers online. I want to know, Sherry, was your experience positive when you filed your claim online? Was it? Have you ever filed a claim doing it, submitted at the VA regional office, and you did it online too? And is there a difference? Was it faster, less complicated? Tell us which one you like the most. But if you've only done online, tell us your experience if you don't mind, because other veterans may want to know. Now, when you're waiting on your claim to be decided, remember, we don't just sit back and wait, because they might have us waiting for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, 8 months. Oh, we ain't doing that. Request an update on your pending claim. All right. We got them out. Look, we got Orange Mountain, Tennessee. Good to see you. Now, as we stated before, if you have a pending claim and you haven't had an exam yet, and you haven't had a decision made, because sometimes they may make a decision without an exam, but you ask them, say, I have not attended a compensation and pension exam related to this claim as of yet, and there has been no action on this claim in the past 5 months or however many months it's been for you. Then you say, has a CMP exam been scheduled? That's the first thing you ask them, because you haven't had one yet. And if you've had 2 of them, tell them, if you have different disabilities, say I had this one, but I didn't have one for my PTSD, but I had one for my my skin disorder, but I didn't have. So you name the ones you had and didn't have. Now, then you say, what is the current status on my claim? You're putting pressure on them by documenting that you have been actively involved in keeping up with your claim. But the first option is when you haven't had the exam yet. Now let us continue. Okay. The second option is when you have a pending claim and you have, okay, and you have had your examination or all your examinations. Sometimes you might be filing for multiple conditions. Hold on, we got somebody. Your left is in the house. If you are a new person to the live stream, we'd like to welcome you. Say dedication, leadership, and integrity. Let me pull myself up so you'll know who I am. My sister Danica, you went AWOL, sister. We've been looking for you. You ought to feel welcome. You family. We love you. When I get my food stamps, I'm gonna do something nice for you. You understand? Now let me go. We got a new one here, Danica. We need our active duty to be here because y'all keep us on the loop of what's going on inside. Let me pull up here and let you know I am the H-Town vet, and we would like to welcome you to this live stream. And let me let y'all know something. The other night we got off the chain in the after party because we talked about politics and everything. But when it was over, me and brother, we fussed about politics and the election. He said, I love you, and I said, I love you too. And I said, you better make sure your woman knows that you're talking to one of your brothers. Ain't no woman you talk to out there, huh? Now, our sister says she felt welcome. And brother, Yo Left, we like I said, I'm the H-Town vet. I'd like to welcome you to this live stream. This is a support group for other veterans where we share information about benefits, about our struggles, our experiences. We're here for each other. We're not here to judge you. We're here to keep it real and tell you what it's all about from our perspective, okay? There are no experts here. We are the experts together. Huh? Ain't no secrets. Ain't no secret room to go into. You got to pay a whole bunch of extra money over here to get into this level, almost like a pyramid scheme, right? Now let me see what Brother Regional, I'm gonna get to the rest of y'all. Let me get Brother D Law said, some regional offices move faster than others processing claim. Nashville moves faster than Chicago from my experience. Let me ask you this here. Do you have to submit your claims to to the one that's closest to you, or can you submit it to one farther away? Let's see. Danica, our sister said, I miss you, H-Town. We missed you too. See, I missed you, Mr. H-Town. We missed you too. We're going to put the search party on you. Huh? Well, you in the field, what's going on? Then look what our sister Sherry said to you. Hi, Danica. We know you on active duty. Our sister Danica, let me go back here. She is on active duty. I know she looked like a model, because when she first come up, I said, what's this model? I said, there ain't nobody but Danica. Ain't nobody worried about her. Huh? That's what I was saying. Now, just messing with my sister. Now, look what our brother say here. He said, force calm, sound off. Hoorah, hoorah. Simplify, hoorah, hoorah. That's the boy. I'm going to tell y'all something about those Marines, man. They true too. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But thank you for being here. And like I say, people, sometime y'all going to be able to make the live stream. I had to do it tonight because tomorrow I got to take care of some things with my family. And right now I'm on here with my veteran family. And I want to say how much we appreciate you. And you let them know, look, we family. I might say something that make you mad, fall out, come on back home. You understand what I'm saying? I had a cousin, we fought. We were little kids, we fought from age 3 or 4 years old until we was grown. But I'm going to tell you something. If anybody ever messed with me at school, they didn't know we was related because we wouldn't talk at school that much. Because we was out with each other all the time, unless we need some money. Somebody was messing with me. My cousin came across that table. He said, man, who is that? I said, that's my cousin. Huh? He said, I didn't know that was your cousin. I said, I got a whole bunch of family members in here. Hold on, Military Mike, we gonna put you AWOL too. Hello, veteran brethren, you don't just slide up in here like that. You understand what I'm saying? Where you been? Like the women ask you, where you been? Your wife asks you, where you been? When you gonna get back? Why you got that lipstick on your collar? I ain't trying to start no trouble. Say hi to the missus. I ain't gonna start no trouble. Now, Sherry says, good to see you, Military Mike. That's what I should have said. Good to see you, Military Mike. Good to see you. Wonderful. But I still wonder where you been. All y'all active duty be busy. You would say, we ain't got no... What's the H-Town vet sit at home all day? You know, I be out there doing stuff. Don't get me wrong, cutting the grass. And boy, when you ain't got no job, people think you got all day to be catering to them. Nuh-uh. Now, here we go. And this is interactive night. Let's see what it says. My claim just happened to be sent to the regional office near where I live. I had one claim that ended up in Cleveland. What? I'm in Tennessee. Have y'all ever had something like that? You have a claim that ends up in Cleveland? What? And you in Tennessee? Did they make a decision in Cleveland? I would like to know. Now, you say, likewise, Sherry. Thank y'all. See, we up here, we not fake with each other. The reason H-Town Vet is so vocal, because I want y'all to know I'm not phony. We real with this thing. You understand what I'm saying? People tell you what you want to hear, but I ain't about all that. I don't want y'all to come to my funeral line. You understand? If I wasn't worth the party, just don't say nothing or don't show up. But don't come up there telling a whole bunch of lies on me, how I was a great guy and I helped everybody. If I wasn't worth the quarter, yeah, don't hype me up. Okay, Tennessee talk taking over. Hey, Tennessee, that's 2 Tennessee. Can I get some Texas in the house? I think Sherry, Texas too. We got Louisiana in the house. We got Mobile, Danica in the house. Huh? I bet you still have your driving license for Mobile, don't you? I kept my license from Texas, and you know if your license expired while you're in the military, you can still use them to drive, your driver's license. Am I right? Is that still the same on active duty, y'all? Let us know, Military Mike and Danica, because I know y'all still active duty, unless you retired already. Now, I'm caught up. Let's get back to this information we going over here. Now, okay, let's say you had a decision made already. So you have a pending claim. I mean, let's say you had a pending claim, but you've already had the exam. but there's no decision. You would write it like this. This is a template. You put your information how it fits you. You would tell them such thing as, I have attended a compensation and pension exam related to this claim, and there has been no resolution on my claim. This is very important. You let them know there's been no resolution on my claim, even though I went to a CMP exam. If you went to several CMP exams, you're going to put it on this supported claim form. All right. Now, Danica, when you get that information from your I think your squad leader, you make sure you make copies of that, and you mail some of them home, or you keep them somewhere safe. Don't have everything in one place. Huh? Make sure you don't keep everything right there in your room in the barracks. Don't do that, because people come in there talking about they doing inspection and your stuff come up missing. Now, once you do this, no resolution has been made, you say, what is the status of my claim? Every statement that you have about your claim, you're asking them, what is the status of my claim? Now, let's see what we got here. Hear ye. This man gives the coordinates of where he at. I ain't gonna read it. He's north and west. Well, this man out of control. He's the one that said he'll take, what does we say he'll take into the CMP exam? A full body model of a skeleton and the mental health book. Now let's see what Brother D Law, he haven't been here because our brother, he contacted me behind the scenes. He's been busy. He's been handling business with his claim. So when we doing that, we got to give, our brothers and sisters time to focus, or they may be on active duty. Even though we miss y'all, we know y'all got a life. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all might be going out, having fun, living life. That's okay too. Now, this is what D Law say. Cleveland messed up my IBS claim and had to submit a supplemental claim. This time, it's going through the ACE process. No CMP exam this time. Oh, tell me a little bit about that ACE program, the ACE process. Tell me what that is again, because they got different names. I know a lot about the what's coming, but when they keep changing the names, I haven't been in the filed a claim, and last time I filed a claim was 2014. So they changed names since then. Let us know in the chat if y'all know. Now so these are templates that you can use to get update option 1 and option 2 to get updates on your claim. Now let us continue. Now, let's say you're waiting on your decision. You've already put in, if it's been a few months, you checking up, asking them what's the status of my claim. Now you waiting on a yes or no on that. And they might say yes on some. You might have like several things. And they may say no on other ones. They may remand other ones, okay? So you need to be, I didn't know what none of this meant. So that's why we're talking about it. Now, those of you that joined us late, a little later, go back over this whole thing, because we're going over the whole process this is like the greatest hits, where we're going over everything that we've talked about and putting it all into one cohesive flow. All right. So if you denied your claim, so what do? All right. Well, remember that magic 165 days, that 1 year you have to appeal. Don't you ever let that year go by. You file that appeal immediately and start get your stuff together. At least get, whatever you file immediately. You don't let that pass, because you're gonna lose your back pay date. Now, let's say you got a 0 rating. All right, those of you that are open claims right now, don't be discouraged. My first rating was a 0 rating. And what you do not want is to undervalue a 0 rating. Watch our video, The Advantage of a 0% Rating. And you're going to find all of those benefits that come with that. You can even get the clothing allowance that our brother was telling us about. I forget one of our brothers was telling us about. Now, that's one benefit, all the benefits. And also, once you have a 0 rating, you are service connected. Your condition is connected to your military service, so you don't need a nexus for that condition anymore. and you can file for an increase. So you're an adult now. A 0%, you can go file all the way to 100 as the severity of your condition worsens. All right. Now let us continue. Number 2, we talked about first filing the claim. Now we're just doing a little overview, and then we're going to let y'all talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Number 2, we're going to talk about that medical examinations, okay? All medical examinations are supposed to be what? They're supposed to be independent. Whether you go to your doctor, outside doctor or specialist, or you do a CMP exam with the VA, these are supposed to be objective, independent evaluations that's not influenced by you or by the VA. Huh? Now let's see what a family member here, USMCJ commanding officer, NJP, great information. Thank you so much. All right, now, obeying lawful orders is essential for maintaining discipline and order in the military. This is true. Let us come up on the screen. This is very important. And I want to let y'all know, if y'all new to the channel, I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream. We're not here to confuse you. We use visual illustrations in order to make sure that those that can't hear or who process information better visually can get that information. Those of you that like to hear it verbally, you can get that. We want you to be able to be driving your car and get something out of this information without even viewing it. And at the same time, you can look at it, turn the sound down, and you can also just look at it and learn, huh? Now, ACE, this is what I asked him what the meaning of the ACE was. ACE is acceptable clinical evidence. Okay, I did not know that. The terminology I didn't understand. I know some of the process. A qualified provider will evaluate your medical records and history, then submit results to the VA. It's faster process for your claim. So some of you need to look it up, and you know what I'm end up doing? I'm gonna do a live on what? I'm end up doing a live on ACE, just like I did it on High Level Review. See, this is the only channel where you say something and we'll do a live stream or a video on it. Now here we go. No death by power point here. Oh, I don't know what he meant by that, but that's funny. When say we ain't trying to take you out with these PowerPoint. Now, this information, so like I say, this is number 2. So I'm gonna get back to it. This is number 2. Number 1 was the claims, filing a claim. Okay, number 2, once you filed your claim, now we're talking about the medical examination, number 2. All right, now let us continue. What's the process? And we're tying everything that we've learned so far. This is what you need to understand. When you do medical exams, they have a form called a DBQ, which is a disability benefit questionnaire. If you get a public DBQ, that's one that you get off of the internet, off a website, the VA website, for your condition. All right. And you can have one done outside the VA system, or they'll send you to a CMP exam if you don't, and they have what DBQ through a CMP exam. It's pretty much the same form, but they ask your public, the public DBQ, they ask questions of the provider, how many times they've seen you. They ask more questions that I feel are unfair, because the CMP exam ain't saw you but one time. So why they worried about how many times an outside doctor saw you to fill out a public DBQ? But they supposed to give them the same weight. They don't like to. Let me tell you something else about that. If you go to a public DBQ, and if it's sufficient information, and we're going to tell you what sufficient information is in a minute, and you had the sufficient evidence submitted to them, they're supposed to make a decision based on that. But a lot of times they'll try to send you to a CMP exam anyway. Here's the problem. You don't want conflicting medical opinions. All right, let me get up on the screen for a second. See, that's the problem. They're going to have conflicting medical opinions. If you went to one already and it's sufficient enough, if it ain't sufficient, they're supposed to say why it ain't sufficient before they send you to another CMP, send you to a CMP exam that they set up. All right. Now, your left says, hurrah, simplify, hoorah. Okay. I hope I said it right, y'all. We need a live on terror, toxic exposure, risk, activity. We will be doing a live on it. We'll start getting this together, okay? Since you brought that up, I'm going to take a picture of that. Now, this is making claims more complicated. We're going to do what we can on terror, because terror right now is a hot mess, okay? This toxic exposure is a hot mess, and it's causing a lot of confusion. You're right. Now, we don't want conflicting medical opinion. Did you hear what he said? They supposed to give these same weight. So if you do one with a professional, that's why some people, I'm not saying you should do it. If you had a public DBQ done and it was done right, and they try to send you to a CMP exam, you say, well, I don't need to go to no CMP exam already. I ain't saying you should do it, because you got to make sure that thing is right. Why should I go to this one here when you say they both have the same weight? Huh? The only time you want to be conflicting medical opinions, if you already went to their CMP exam and that doctor denied you, then you go get a public DBQ done by an outside doctor, and you preferably a specialist on your condition. So if you have a skin condition, you want a skin doctor. If you have traumatic brain injury, TBI, you want a neurologist. You understand how they're going to be able to deny that? They're going to have to hand you your paper and your benefits. You understand? Now, let us continue. They supposed to give them equal weight. They even right here say that public DBQ questionnaires, if you are interested in submitting a disability benefits questionnaire in support of your claim, visit our website, which includes a list of DBQs available to the public. So if they're available to the public, they're supposed to take them in consideration. And don't forget what Mr. International said. You do not want conflicting medical opinions. So be very careful when you're informing your doctor. And we're going to tell you what you need to do, because we're talking about exams now, okay? We're all up under the exam, so please pay attention. And we just do this reinforce. Now, dealing with this disability benefits questionnaire, we have a video. Watch our live on it. We did a live on disability benefit questionnaires where we broke down the whole DBQ. We use PTSD as an example. Nowhere else you can go that we're going to give you the full visuals, and we're going to break down everything, and then you're going to have the chat, because people putting powerful information from the chat. You understand? This is what I want you to understand. And you didn't have to go in those secret rooms to get the information. We got it right here. Just like, share, and subscribe. Now, and we don't mind no donations every once in a while, but we're not requiring anything. Now, let us continue. Now, we want you to be focused. Please be focused. Look at what we have here. We're breaking it down. The checklist, so when you go into a CMP exam, there's going to be 3 issues that doctor is going to deal with. 1, the CMP exam checklist, no matter where it's an outside doctor or whether it's what I'm about to say. It's an outside doctor or a CMP examiner. They need to answer all these questions. Is there a medical diagnosis of the illness that you're claiming? Number 1. If it is, they're just going to check the box off based on the evidence. Okay? Number 2. Is there service connection, which is a nexus? And they're going to check it off. And if it is, if it ain't, they have to determine whether it is. Sometimes they're going to do also do the same thing with the diagnosis. Most time you can't get into no CMP exam without a diagnosis. I got into one without it, I think. I don't know. Back then, I wouldn't keep. And then the last thing they're going to check off It's the severity level. That's where the money come in. Now look, here go my brother, Lawson. What's up, my brother? You hear that? The other night, we was knocked down, dragged out over them politics. But when it was all over with, this is my brother and I love him. You understand? Oh, let me see what Brother D. Law said. Brother D. Law said, my VA medical evidence was conflicted by Social Security doctors. Now, do you hear that? That it's not just your evidence from your VA. And let me ask you this, D. Law. Do Social Security share your medical evidence with the VA, or you have to ask them to do so? Because they both federal agencies. Now, he say the ALJ, I think that was the judge, overruled the Social Security medical opinion and accepted the VA doctor's opinion for my SSDI hearing. Now, hold on. This is how powerful it is. They took information from his VA doctor and used it in his Social Security disability claim. You understand? That is wonderful. Like I say, what's up, my brother? I'm glad you're here. Y'all my family. I feel important now. We got the Nika in the house. We got our brother military Mike back. And now we got you back, Brother Lawson. Now, here we go. Okay, let me pull myself up. For those of you who haven't seen me, I am the H-Town Vet, and we'd like to welcome you to this live stream. We here with the family. I'm excited because I don't get out much. And I'm glad to be with people that have a like mind to myself. You understand? Now, and make sure, that's the checklist when you do a CMP exam. You need to make sure that doctor gives you a medical diagnosis, service, if it's not, he check it off if it already got one, service connection, which is the nexus, that's what service connection is, that your condition is connected to your service, your diagnosis is connected to your service, and the severity level, that's where the money is. Now, my last name is Lawson too. Y'all might be Ken. Next time you go to the family reunion, look for him. Now, where y'all people out of? Y'all people, if you from Chicago, somewhere like that, your people out of where? Either Mississippi or Arkansas, something like that. Because a lot of people that's from California, my black people, they from either Louisiana or Texas. Because I got a lot of family from there. They say, McCoy, they speak in German. They all on the German. I'm leaving it alone. I was over there 3 years. I didn't learn but so much. Now, let's get to it. All right. We were about 40% through with the slide. Now, you might have a mental health diagnosis. So if you go to a CMP exam, you need to give that doctor a copy that you have a diagnosis. We're assuming you're going to an outside doctor. If you're going to outside psychiatrist or psychologist, you need to give them a copy. Hey, doc, with the VA, I'm already service connected for it. I have a 70% rating. And you need to give them that schedule list, especially before a change. Huh? Now, let's see. If it's a physical illness, so where you find that service connection? So you need to get this doctor all this information, just like this outside doctor, this independent examiner outside the VA system, this non-CMP exam. You go get your problem list from the VA. And you go to release of information, medical records, whatever y'all call it there, at your VA hospital. Now, if you don't have a VA hospital, you call and ask the clinic that's in your area, how can I get my medical records? They don't tell you. You find somebody, go to the nearest VA hospital to get a copy of your medical records. And while you're getting it, a copy of your problems list, you can get your medical records too. You're going to look, there are going to be several things. And PTSD was on this one here. And you can hand this to your this is one document you get to the CMP doctor. Show everything that you diagnosed with. This is going to be at the VA hospital. Don't mean that you're service connected for it though. All right. Sherry says, ich komme Texas, ich bin Air Force veteran. They talking that German up in here. Listen, y'all too much. Okay, Mayu, who is a VA claim rep, told me the VA is trying to get away from sending veterans to VES exams. I ain't seen that in a while. What's a VES? Y'all know I'm not good with the initials. He said they love and prefer DBQs. What's the VS? Because I think there's other ways to get claims done, and I think that's one of them, right? VES. Uh, uh, Alaskan Ice broke that down to us. Now, get a copy of your problems list. If you don't have a copy of your problems list, it's a list of everything that you're diagnosed with at the VA hospital. You also get everything you're diagnosed with your outside doctors. Okay? Then you get a copy, if you are a disabled veteran, of everything that you're service connected for. Because you might be able to file claims for the things that you're service connected for, not to get service connection, but to file for an increase. All right? We breaking this down today. We doing this overview. Other than mental health things, you can also file for physical conditions such as type 2 diabetes, cancer, different things of those sorts, a leg injury, blindness, all right, loss of use of hand and feet, loss of use of creative organ, which, like erectile dysfunction, and maybe loss of use of a body part like a breast or arm or anything. Now, certain MOSs are going to have certain conditions that tend to come out of that. If you in artillery, it's a good chance you have hearing problems. I was in tanks. I have hearing problems, okay? And so you can file claims based on that. All right, so you need to take that doctor, tell them I was in the artillery, and you need to take it to that CMP exam and tell that doctor that I used to jump out of airplanes, I paratrooper, and injure my foot, and you need to let them know, what your job was. You need to tell that CMP doctor that also. Now let's see. Oh, he said it was Veteran Evaluation Services. Okay, I need to learn more about that because behind the scenes, D-Law, you need to get with me, help me with the terminology so I can read up on it and come up with power slides for our family here. Now, Laskin say, can I use past cases to explain any questions an examiner might have? Can you past question? I don't know what you mean. Let me know. I can give the CMP examiner answers to any questions instead of bringing the entire M21 CFR. This man gonna bring the law books that we just talked about to his CMP exam. Examiner may learn something new. They don't have time to do all that. They don't have but a certain amount of time. You're a mess. This man, 1 minute he gonna bring a whole skeleton of a human body, like a model of it. Oh, you too much, man. You're a character. Now, another place you can take, another thing that you can take to your, because they don't have access to your medical record, and you don't want to give them a whole bunch of stuff when you go into a CMP, not a CMP exam, outside examination. Even sometimes you can take it to the CMP examiner. Is your VA code sheet. Who don't know what a VA code sheet is? Put an N for no, put a Y for yes if you know what it is. The VA code sheet tells what your condition is, what conditions you're service connected for, which ones you are not. Now let's see what our brother Lawson said. Ronald said, he said Veteran Evaluation Service, the exam companies that get hired doctors to do your exam. Let me ask you, so that's the same thing as a CMP exam? Because we didn't have, it was only CMP exams when I was doing it. I'm glad y'all breaking this down. Okay, H-Town, I'm giving you case information to a few that just dropped their retirement paper, AWT. I don't know what AWT means. Approval for them to not get stop loss. Okay. Now, here we go. Here we go. Rollins says yes. Okay. It's the same thing as a CMP exam. They just got different, I guess, different agency doing them, but they do the same process. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawson. That's why we need you around, and you're so knowledgeable, and we appreciate you for that. Bless you and your family. Now, your podcast, as evident. You think they're gonna listen to a psych patient? You can use the information and put it into your own words. Real smart analogy there. Definitely so. High standard of personal conduct, morality, and professional skills. We are all together as one team. That's what we're doing right here. We are, no matter what branch you in, we need all of you. We need the Navy. I'm Army. We need the Army. We need the Air Force. We need the Marines. We need the Coast Guard, and we need the Space Force. I don't know what they do, but we need them. Now, okay, the VA sent me to make up a CMP exam for allergic, I guess sinusitis is like, okay, because the first examiner wasn't trained in Terra, PAC Act claims, and DBQ. Why would they send you to somebody who wasn't trained in it? Now, here we go. The best doctor is your doctor who you know. Now, that's good. Now, this is what I want to say, Rollin. If they're not a specialist in your area, make sure they refer you to a good specialist. Because if you need somebody that's a good specialist when it comes to, for example, back problems or something, you may need more of a specialist. But if they can do general stuff, maybe so. But when it comes to things like traumatic brain injury, PTSD, you may need a psychologist if they're not one, or a psychiatrist. But yes, that your doctor sees you every day. They can hit you. You know what? You can turn in their information too. Who said that all you need is one CMP exam? But here's the problem: you don't want you want to be careful with that because you don't want conflicting information. So you use one to talk about one aspect of your condition, and use the other doctor to talk about the other condition or situation that they're aware of. Make sure the information don't conflict each other, and you need to make sure that they hand you the evaluation and not mail it in. Because you want to make sure all the doctor information on there so it don't get kicked back. Now, you say you're absolutely right, brother. Now let's see. I ain't seen that word Article 15 in a long time. Article 15 of the UCMJ identifies non-judicial punishment process that allows commanders to punish service members for minor offenses without resorting to a court martial. Now, here's the thing: can these Article 15s be used in your claim? Yes, if it's related to what you're claiming service connection for. Can a court martial be used in your claim if they allow you to file one? Yes. You know why? Because if you say they catch you for using alcohol on duty, or you keep you from doing your job, or you were doing some type of drug and you was using it to self-medicate to deal with your post-traumatic stress disorder, to deal with your back pain, to deal with some condition, that can actually be something that help you get your disability. Not trying to use it as an excuse, but if it is related, that's something, because this happened to a lot of Vietnam veterans, as I told you in the past, my cousin. So make sure y'all get a copy of this VA code sheet. You can get that from the VA regional office. Can't you get this on D-Law? Can't you get this off of with that blue check or blue something, where they can get it off of line and they can print a lot of their C-file and stuff off? Let us know in the chat. Now, another thing when you find, so remember, you're dealing with a diagnosis when you file a claim, you're dealing with a service connection, and then the severity level is the next most important thing, because the more severe the condition, the more disability you get. If it's a minor condition that doesn't affect your ability to work, function in daily life, but you got the condition, most likely it'll give you a 0 rating. You're service connected, but it's not severe enough to impact your work life in particular and your life in general. Now, let us continue. Now, here's another good thing about severity. The more severe a condition is, the more compensation they pay for it. If you have a 10% rating for PTSD, you're getting a little money, about $100 something. You have 100%, you're getting almost $4,000. Huh? Real talk now. Now, I want y'all to understand something here. Please follow me if you can. Okay? I want y'all to follow us here if you can. Sometimes you're gonna file multiple claims. All right? You might have one for type 2 diabetes that you're trying to get service connection for because you're not service connected yet. Your PTSD, you already got it, but you're filing for an increase. Your lower back, you're trying to get service connected. Your ankle, you're trying to get service connected. So they might give you for certain things and others they don't. So that's how you have to, this is why you have to be focused when you're filing these claims. And if you're not doing it by yourself, make sure you have a competent VSO, Veteran Service Officer. Now, let us continue. Now, this I really want y'all to see. Please don't forget this here. All right, please don't forget. Look toward the bottom. This is what's going to mess. This is what's going to make this is one of the two things that really makes your condition sink or swim when you file an outside DBQ. When you get that public DBQ and you give it to the private doctor or specialist and they have not reviewed your C file, you see where it say reviewed, it says down there in red, records reviewed, and they check the box. What records did they review? Your claim file, a hard copy. That means your everything in your disability claim file that you've done. Your claims you're filing now, if you got any other service connected stuff, also. That's what I want. He said not on the blue button, so you can't get your some things on the blue button. Not on. Go to the regional office and have your representative to get the sheet for you. This is an important time to have somebody that's a representative like American Legion or some group like that, because if you try to wait for a Freedom of Information to get your code sheet, you might be waiting for months. Sometimes people wait for years. I've been waiting 10 years, ain't never received it. Now, so what things that your doctor, this independent doctor, this outside doctor need, make sure you get them a copy of your claim file. Why is this important? Because they need to have the same information that the CMP examiner have, that the VA send you to, because the VA gonna say that this doctor that you went to outside of the CMP, outside of their, outside of someone they send you to, they didn't have all your paperwork to go over. That's why you're gonna make sure you have all this. You need that C file, which is your claim file, your in-service treatment records, your personnel records, your VA treatment records, your problems list. Now listen here, a list of medications and side effects of those medications, huh? Private treatment records, okay? Like from a doc you seeing now. And if you had somebody to deal with work stuff, like a vocational specialist report, even from a voc rehab that says you have trouble working, get that to the doctor too, because they don't know much about that. Now let's see what we're going back up here. So we got to catch up on this, some of the chat here. The mandatory H-Town case started an hour late. Oh, yes, I did. I'm sorry. I had to go pick my daughter up, had her hair done. She had her hair done. I was AWOL. And I didn't know it was going to take no 5-6 hours, my Lord. Now, I will be an hour or two late to work morning and won't be attending the base command and promote. No, you better show up. I don't want y'all in trouble. No. Don't, because you're gonna say H-Town vet told you to do, you fighting his lead to avoid AWOL, or you sending an email or a phone call to. I don't know what to say. Your boss to explain my absence. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Be there on time. Okay. Now look at what our brother brother Lawson said. I went to alcohol rehab on active duty 45 years ago. It was still in my military records and helped me get 70% on my mental health claim. Get your active duty medical records. Did you hear what the brother say? So I ain't lying about him. Huh? He backing me up. Oh, man. And I didn't pay him nothing to say that. Now, on time is late. Force Recon sound off. Hoorah! Yeah, I know. Y'all gonna have me doing push-ups and drill. I forget what they call them, drills. Okay. Article 86 USMC identified absent without leave. AWOL. The member is not at the designated location at the specific time. I wasn't there. Evan, I need you to come in and save me. He said, I'm trying to buy more Bitcoin. I hear you. Boy, y'all cutting up in it. I was late, but we blame my daughter. She the one that had to go pick her up, getting her hair done. And you know how they used to traffic is, would say, no excuses, soldier. I ain't got no excuses to do it. Mr. Nash, evening, family. Everybody say evening to Kevin. Everybody say good evening to Evan. Thank y'all. See, Evan, he coming talking about that Bitcoin. One day I might have to do that. Now let us continue. I enjoy the interaction. We appreciate y'all. Your contributions are very important. You say, where Kevin? Let's see what we got here. And make sure you have all those in-service military records like our brother just said, okay? Brother Lawson just said. Because a lot of the documents that you need, there was a veteran that I helped. All right? You say, okay. Yep. And he said, Guten Tag, Kevin. Good evening. That means good evening in German. I remember that one from Germany. Sherry say good evening, Kevin. And she can speak German. Don't think I heard her speaking and she's breaking it down. Texas style. Okay, is fraud the only way they can reduce your 20 years PNT with 55-year rule? What about incarceration at 55? Now, that's the thing. Remember, the 55 is more of a guideline, but it's weird. They actually honor it based on the statistics that you're going to see in a minute. Okay, they actually honor that 55, even though it's not a law. It's more of a consideration. But they honor it. The law about permanent conditions, they don't honor it like they should. Now, incarceration, we brought that up last time, so I appreciate you bringing. I asked the question. If you had your condition, let's say you was 100% for 20 years, you paid up the 100% rate for 20 years, and you get incarcerated. Not for fraud, because fraud, you can lose your percentage, because 20 years is protected rate. We're going to talk about that in a minute, okay? Because we're about to cover that. You right at it. We're going to talk about that. Give us a second. So make sure you get these records. Watch our video, huh? We have videos on this. You say, remember, it's in the regulation, 55-year-old. It's in there as consideration, but they go by it. I have to say that. Now, they can still evaluate you, but for some reason they don't. When you get in that CMP exam done, it's good if you got a vocational employment specialist, because remember, your VA disability compensation is based on your ability to work. The less you can work, the higher your percentage, the more severe your condition is. Huh? So make sure you turn that into the VA too. Now, remember, It's in the regulation. He's saying, don't forget the checklist. That's right. Don't forget the checklist. Now let us continue. So take all this stuff in there. You don't have to do the voc rehab. Take your C file in there. Make sure that doctor has all your medications as we discussed a few minutes ago, and the side effects. Let me tell a little story. Let me get up on the screen. One of my veteran brothers I was helping, he got out in 82, 84, and he was a non-combat veteran, but he had dental work. And in his dental work, I said, we didn't know this. I said, man, you keep getting denied. Go get a copy of your in-service medical record. He got a copy, and we had the service officer help me. He came by, we went over him. And I don't know if this doctor was just looking out for him or not. You know how doctors write and they scribble? This doctor had scribbled everything, but when he wrote the symptoms for the medicine that he gave him for the dental work, the pain medicine, he printed that out in 1982. He typed that in there. This medicine caused this symptom. It caused depression. This other one caused anxiety. Do you know he got 40% for that and would have got more if he'd have listened to what I told him and told him what his problem was, but he was a little too prideful and just kind of tell him, yeah, all right, yeah, all right. He still got 40%. Now, don't forget that checklist. I'm enjoying this here. And remember, you can get service connected for medications, just like I told you in this story here. Well, a real life situation. Now, so remember that. Now let us continue. So we did the claim, we did the exam. These are other things that your doctors need to have, whether it's a CMP exam or it's an outside doctor outside the VA system. They need to know, they need to have a copy of your C file, and that would have your decision letter, your notification letter, and your code sheet. They need to have the same thing. Now, this is the other important point I told you about, and I'm gonna get to you, Brother Rollins. Here's the thing: if the doctor doesn't sign the DBQ, disability benefit questionnaires, it's not valid. Many people have their DBQ sent back because it's not signed, or the examiner did not put their name and title. The examiner didn't put their area of expertise, their practice. They didn't put the date they did it, because it could have been 10, 20 years ago. They don't know. The examiner needs to have a contact phone number. They need to have their national provider identifier, NPI, to identify them specifically as a healthcare provider, their medical license number, and what state. Because what I think somebody told me earlier, that if it's a doctor from another state, it might cause a problem. And their email. And you need to get a copy. You need to get this, run several copies off. Do not hand it to the VA without having copies. You can give them the original, but you need to hand. I don't know if you do that. I might give them a copy. Now, let me see what he say. My wife is a VSO, and my nephew is a veteran service underwriter. And I try, like you, brother, H-Town, to get my veteran brothers and sisters this VA reparation money. Oh, now he tried to slick it. He tried to get political on me. He gonna call it reparation. He triggered. That's my trigger word. Hold on. We got to stick to the program, but he using my trigger word. He's trying to aggravate my PTSD, that post-traumatic slave disorder. But we're gonna stay on topic. Boy, you something else, Brother Lawson. We be going at it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Now, let's see what I will make sure that everything is signed properly by the doctor, or they're going to remand it or say they can't use it, and they might send you to a CMP exam, and you want your doctor, who more likely will be favored. He say, stay focused. Let me stay focused. Okay, I saw the news. Someone tried to threaten a VA over benefits. They didn't give a name, but has Dogface Soldier asked about getting reduced today. No, he came in early, and I ain't seen him. I think he had something to do. He said he might not be able to make it. He did email me, and I appreciate it. So He is not AWOL. He checked in. Huh? He all right. He got permission to be off duty. Now let's get back to this here. Now, real good. Like you say, stay focused. You're right, TJ. Now, congrats on sobriety. How long has it been? Have you made your year? Hold on. I must have passed him up. I'm sorry. I didn't realize the cast was late. I will listen back at lunch tomorrow. Thanks for everybody. This cast saved me from getting into trouble with alcohol. Night, brothers and sisters. Much love to him. We had him change his name because it used to be, I think, something dealing with whiskey for me. And we say you sober now, so you need to change the name. And that brother changed the name. He said, "Congratulations." He said it. Say, stay focused. We are here for you. That's right. Stay focused. And when you need us, just contact us. We family here. You got my email, and if you leave your number, and I'll call you if you need to do that, and we can get you hooked up with the family. Because we don't want nobody going back. Now let us continue. Now this is the one that everybody needs to stay focused on, because this is the trick words. This that word confusion they use. The award letter used to actually be the letter that's showing that you got your benefits, the decision letter. All right, let's see what our sister say. Told you the sobriety for me to hang in their sobriety. That's right. Great encouraging words. Now what we have here is the award letter. You get this letter every year. It's so important. It's almost like the VA code sheet. It tells your dates of service. It tells that you are a veteran. It tells if you're service connected or not. For Mr. Brown here, is yes. It says what's your combined rating? It doesn't break it up into combined or if it's just one. It just say what's your combined rating. He has 100%. He said what is effective date, and say how much he made. This is good if you need proof to buy a house or get a car or anything of that sort. You need to show proof of income. All right. And it tells, now this is the most important. In the end, it said, are you considered, hold on. It said, are you considered to be total and permanent disabled due to your service-connected disability? And it says yes. Let's see what Oasis said while I drank some water. Now let's see what Oasis said. Many veterans won't admit alcohol was a result of service. No, they won't, but they need to, because that's going to help them. It's able to get disability percentage, not sure amount. Let me ask you, you can't get, just like with obesity, you can't get direct service connection through substance abuse, can you? Because I know they had those classes down here in Houston on Tuesday. When I would go to my appointment, I never been addicted to drugs or anything like that, but they would have the classes for the drugs and the alcohol abuse. I tried to drink in the military. I couldn't do it because I like to fight when I drank, and all I was drinking was wine coolers. I couldn't hold nobody liquor, and I like to fight tall guys when I get tipsy. So it never worked out good for me. Let me come up on the screen. So I couldn't be doing the alcohol. I had the short man complex. Sorry, y'all. I'm teasing myself. Now let's see. When he say active duty, let's see. He say true only hurt doing active duty. The truth. Well, they say now they got programs, because I remember our sister Danica and some of our other brothers saying they have programs that you can get into and they won't use it against you. Now the truth will set you free, then you'll be able without consequences. Okay, let's see. No, you can't. You can, but it can be intermediate. Okay, intermediate something. Okay, only addicted to cashews. Oh, he getting on me about my cashews. Boy, y'all, boy, you better glad I ain't sensitive like that tonight. Just like obesity, but be careful because it can hurt you too. Let me tell you how to hurt you. One of the twins, it was a twin in my neighborhood. They were old, they Vietnam veterans. You know, they was over 20 something years older than me. And one of them went to Vietnam, and I'm gonna tell you, I told him the other night that he started drinking because him and his brother drank, you know, and because they twins, when his brother started back drinking, he started back drinking. He stopped going to his appointments, and they dropped him down from 100% to, I want to say, 60. But before he passed, he went back and got his 100% reestablished. He had stopped seeking treatment because they expect you to go down here to those substance classes on Tuesday. If you drink or not, they don't use it against you. If you stop going to the treatment, you got a problem. Okay, brother laugh. Real talk over here about them cashews. I'm not addicted to them cashews. I don't have a problem, huh? Oh man, y'all too much. Now let us continue. All right, let us continue. Now, we over halfway done. Let's get into it. Because I'm going to overview. This is important if you want to get your records. Watch our video, medical records, and honorable getting you in-service medical records. But like to say, you can go to a VSO and sign up with them and give them power of attorney, and they should be able to pull your medical records. Also, that DD-214 is important. If you getting state benefits, you could have 100% disabled. If you have a dishonorable discharge, it's hard to get state benefits in any state. Now, here's the thing now. You can get that discharge status upgrade. Somebody told us that before. Now, let's see what it said, our brother here. Yo, left low, let's say, even the high elite Marines are now speaking out about PTSD. And that's, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. The Marines believe in sucking it up and driving on. If they starting to speak out, there's a problem. People got, we can't deny that we got issues. We still are, we soldiers and Marines and sailors and airmen, but we can still, have invisible wounds. All wounds are not visible. Okay, no judgment in the suck it up, buttercup, mental that once was. That's good. Now, do they have like people you can go talk to? You can say that your command can refer you to? Hold on, Dogface is here. Hi, elite Marine, laugh out loud. It's all about the big bad U.S. Army. Don't come in here and start no trouble with the Marines. You know how they get all hyped up. They in the house now. Don't start no trouble. You know how dedicated the Marines are, man. Don't start no trouble. Hold on. Who is this in here? You been AWOL, Major Boomer. Where you been? Now, yeah, I know you probably out and about. He said, what he say? Make a pit stop at Love's and checking in H-Town vetting the family. He on the road right now. Love's is like Buc-ee's, huh? We know about that stuff down in the South. We stop at Love's, we stop at Buc-ee's. What's that other third one? The gas station that have all the food in it, huh? Pick me up some cashews while you there, Major Boomer. Pick me up some cashews. I got to take my daughter to school next week, her and my niece. I got to drop them off. I'm getting a U-Haul. I ain't putting all that stuff on the back of my truck. Our sister say, hi, Major Boomer. Okay, we stopped at Buc-ee's in Auburn, Alabama. Now, I've never been to Auburn, Alabama. It must not be close to I-10. I've been to Mobile, Alabama. I've been to Birmingham. And what's that other big city past Birmingham? What's the biggest city in Alabama? Is it Birmingham? I was up in a big old city. I think I got a ticket up there. Hold on. He say, Boomer say hello. Let's see what he say. Without the Air Force, nobody would have internet or place to sleep and all of the up-to-date gaming systems, true. Can't survive without the world's greatest Air Force. Let me tell y'all something. Those Air Force be handling some business. They was embedded with us. That they were, when we was over there in Dust Storm, they would be in little vehicles like they're in the Army with us, but they don't want to be calling in the signals to make sure that the rockets land in the right place. In the planes, I'm telling you, hold on, let me see what, so we need all y'all. Okay, we all love you, H-Town. Keep on doing your thing, big pimping. Huh? I ain't doing no major pimping no more. I'm just doing a little country pimping right now. We got to feed them hogs. You understand? Hold on. He say, this man say, it is now Huntsville. So you down there in Huntsville, Alabama, you know we got a Huntsville, Texas. Okay, largest population. Oh, Huntsville got the largest population now. What? When did that take place? What? Okay, Mr. International laughing at us, cutting up over here. Now, Auburn, just down the road from Montgomery on I-85. So I used to come up I-10, then I hit 65 in Mobile. Then I go through, it turns into 75, I think, when you get up there going toward Birmingham. And then I go to Atlanta, then I go straight across 20. That's how I do it like that. Now, let's see what we got here. Without the Army, you can't have protection, but I do like the nice dorms that they offer while deployed. I'm going to tell you how jealous I am of the Air Force. Y'all don't know how good they eat. When I went there, I was in the Army, and I went to California, and that guy was in that hangar. He brought me a sandwich meal. Everything was so nice. You know how the Army just throw that slop and put it on the plate. Man, that food was good. They keep, man, they have to keep the Air Force right, because you want them people to not be stressed with the powerful stuff that they doing. Now, recently, okay, that just happened, okay. I-65 down at Loves in Evergreen, Alabama. I hear you. He over there, Evergreen, all right. Y'all be safe out there, and y'all get tired, you stop, you know. If you and your family out there and out and about, you be safe, okay? Now, so that DD-214, everybody need to get a copy of their DD-214 and have several copies. Leave some for your family, so when something happens to you, we all gonna pass. It'll be straight. But they watch our video, Texas benefits veterans and 20 Texas benefits veteran independence. It'll help you in your state find out some of the benefits that's similar in your state. Now, these are other important videos you can watch, and we have live streams on a few of them. We have live streams on the VA decision letter and the VA code sheet, some of our most popular live streams. All right. So these are all letters that you need to be familiar with. We talked about the award letter, the VA code sheet. You need to know your decision letter. That's the letter that tells you whether they approve your claim or not, and a notification letter that tells you what benefits you qualify for. We went over all these in videos. Go watch our video library to learn more. We have over 60 videos in our library. Is that all right? Y'all saw how, hold on, let me pull up stuff on the screen. Y'all see how I did a little plug on my videos? You see how I did that right? How I slid that right in there right there? Y'all too much, man. Y'all too much. Now, I love the Air Force Chow Hall. If it ain't 5-star Michelin, then I won't go. Let me ask you this here. Where's that Air Force base at in the area? I've been to Air Force. What I'm talking about? I've been to Randolph. I've been to, I think Langley is the Air Force base, because in San Antonio, they got 3 of them over there. Good luck getting anything done near the sea. Go Navy. That's right. Let me tell you, the Army can't do nothing without the Air Force with air protection, the Marines going in scouting things out, The Army can't do nothing without the Navy securing the sea and shooting over our heads. I didn't like that about y'all shoot. Y'all were very accurate, but I didn't appreciate y'all had to shoot over our head to get to the enemy. Not fun. Hold on. I'm gonna keep my cool. Brother Bernie in the house. Bernie. Oh, there go the family. Hold on, I gotta give a shout out. Make sure my family doing good. Yeah, somebody contact me. I'm letting them know they out, but make sure they all right. Now, Bernie, we made it in. We're not gonna do the stream tomorrow, Bernie. Okay. Now let's see what we got up here. Good luck. Okay, that's what we say. Let me finish up. Okay, I didn't read everything. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with the honor, courage, and commitment. With honest courage and commitment, I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. That's what it's all about. You understand? He said he made it. Let's see what he said. I will treat them with firmness, fairness, dignity, and respect. My moral courage, leadership, and discipline are unquestionable, and my students will never fear me. I will never forget I am accountable. What? Man, y'all some heavy people up in there. Okay. Force recon, sound off. Hoorah, hoorah. Simplify, hoorah. I hope I said it right. Somehow, I forget how y'all say it, man. I'm Army, man. Now, he said he's talking to our brother M. He was saying, I love Navy bases. I had my honeymoon at a Navy base called Point Magu in the officers' quarters that we opened for a listed fight next to the beach. Beautiful memories. Okay. Now I go to Navy bases mostly because they have, the Navy Lodge, Now, can't fly without supplies. You sure right there. Welcome to the U.S. Air Force. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all a problem I got with y'all Air Force. We in the middle of the battle. They dropping the stuff, but the wind blew it over to the enemy, and my food was over there. Man, that ain't cool. You can't be giving the people our food. Now the wind, the dust storm got confused. We went the wrong way looking for it. They laugh eating our stuff, man. That ain't funny, man. I'm laughing though, huh? Now, it's all about the Army's Special Forces. This will defend. Hoorah. But it's all good. All y'all. We need all of us. Now, here we go. Make sure you get your decision letter and you keep it in your claim file, your notification. Army, hoorah. Okay. We in here, but we all family. Frog Princess, me and my dad got some sweet cashews to eat in your honor. Back on the road now. Make sure you eat on those cashews. You need to make sure that y'all have some water or a soda, some orange juice, because they will dry you out. Remember they had me coughing the other night? I'm addicted to them cashews, y'all, so I'm sorry. My mom used to. And we want to give a special thanks, Frog Princess, to you and your dad out there on the road. We want y'all to be safe and come on back through. You hear? We thank you. Now let us continue. Now remember, for those of you that are new to the stream, I am the H-Town Vet, and you're going to get information here that you don't get anywhere else. And we honor your branch of service, whether you was the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, or Coast Guard. Listen, and if you are dependent of a veteran, we honor you too. Let's see what we got here. Okay. MCRD, dedication, leadership, and integrity. That's what it's all about. Let's see, we got Sherry. Be safe, Frog Princess. Sherry telling you to, hoping you be safe out there. Y'all be safe out there, okay? And watch that weather, because that weather been kind of bad on y'all end. I think it's flooding going toward that panhandle down there in Florida, which is close to Alabama. So we need y'all to make it back, because H-Town Vet needs somebody to talk to. Oh boy, now here we go. Now we want you to understand here that, let's see what Frog Princess say. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Look how everybody's so respectful. Y'all respectful, but where my cashews at? They took my cashews all the way through Alabama. Ain't nobody said nothing. What about me? I'm just messing with y'all. We got love for y'all. Family. That's what it's all about. Now, diagnosis, as we said, that is a medically recognized injury or condition. The nexus is that diagnosed, recognized injury or condition is connected to your service. You can prove that then as a nexus. How does the injury affect you now, your ability to work? That's the severity level. Okay? Now let's move on to the next one. Now we talked about this, but we kind of recapping. So the first thing we talked about, and y'all go back over this, we talked about the claim, okay? Filing a claim. Then we talked about the second thing we just got through talking about is what? Dealing with the DBQ. That was the second thing. Now we're talking about if you get your claim get rejected, even with you filing the claim and having an evaluation. That was the second thing, evaluation. And you get your claim denied, you go for a high level review, as among other things. Now, Wise Guy 007 say, don't forget the old spoon did feed the infantrymen lots of chili mac and SOS. Y'all don't want to know what SOS is. Don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah, that's like I think that's like meat and gravy on top of something. They call it something, but we gonna let it stay there. Now, H-Town, we're gonna keep it clean for the younger people. Okay, H-Town, tell your subscribers that the only highest ranking officer comes from the U.S. Army named George Washington. Okay, like I said, the oldest. None come close. Well, I'm gonna tell you who I had a lot of respect for. I'm gonna tell y'all. John McCain, daddy, he was an admiral, and he was a 4-star admiral. You had some great people in the Air Force, the I can't say it, airmen, and among others. You got so I honor all of them. It's some, you got some. Remember that there was a man in the Air Force. I forget his name. He was very good. Remember that George Bush Sr. was in World War II, and he was in an airplane that went down. Indeed. So we have a lot of soldiers. But yeah, we got them from all branches. But we're gonna rock the Army. We got to do it, but we respect all other branches. Here you're a person that people out of work. My boss asked if you can get me out of work for mandatory H-Town instead of attending First Sergeant's baseball briefing. Don't want to be AOL. Now, don't take my word. I'm a civilian now. You better go there if if it's an order. You better follow it, soldier. Laskin, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I really enjoy y'all. Now we getting right into it. We talking about the high level review, but he also say here, TJ says, or submit a supplemental claim, giving them what you are missing in the denied rating decision. And we're about to get right on that. So remember, there used to be, and we're gonna talk about that. You right on. They used to call it, remember I told you about the word confusion? They're always changing names. They used to call it Legacy VA Appeal Process. Now it's the Decision Review Process. And we're going to get into what TJ is talking about here. Now, here, this is what TJ is talking about. You have three options if your claim is denied and you want to appeal it. You could go through the Board of Veteran Appeals, which might take some years, but you can't submit new evidence, cannot. You can go to a high-level reviewer you can't submit new evidence, but they're going to look over the case to see did the earlier rater make an error. If not, they're going to go on their side. If not, they'll tell them what error was made. Or, as with what TJ saying, you can do a supplemental claim where you can add in evidence. Remember the first two, the Board of Veteran Appeals and the high level review, the HLR, you can't add new evidence, but you can with the supplemental claim. See how everything ties in? Ties right into the slide, didn't it? You see how we did that? Okay, if you are absent for less than 3 days, the maximum punishment is confinement for 1 month and forfeit 2/3 of your pay. Now, two-thirds of your pay for the 1 month. Do you get an Article 15? We actually had one of my brothers that we was in Desert Storm together when we went to Colorado. He went AWOL, but I wish they'd understand what we had been through over at Desert Storm. He had went through a lot. But now, okay, yep, H-Town will get us out of trouble. Only trouble knows how to avoid trouble. They saying I'm trouble, so that only trouble know how to avoid trouble. Y'all too much. Y'all, they don't give me they don't give me a break around here. You understand? Yeah. Now here we go. I try to smooth talk, get y'all out of that confusion. Now, so here's the definition of a high level review. If a veteran disagrees with a VA decision, they can request a DRO, a decision review officer, to handle contested decision. The DRO will determine whether an error or a difference in opinion changes the decision outcome. Now, understand something. There could have been an error that needed to be corrected, meaning they didn't consider your CMP exam, and they should have. Not your CMP exam, your outside DBQ, and they supposed to consider it, but they didn't. That's an error. Now, difference of opinion mean that's you have a DBQ, and the doctor says something, and the first examiner say, "Dog, this is not good evidence," but the decision review officer, which is a high level reviewer, said, "Nah, I think this is good, sufficient evidence to win their claim or to get an increase." Now, let's see what TJ said. 30 days is a summary court martial. Now, when you say summary court martial, does that go on your DD-214 when you get out the military? Or are you going to be kicked out the military with that? I'm curious. That's why we're talking about these things, because these things affect VA compensation. Okay, USMJ, where you JAG. Okay, former legal specialist here. Okay. M21-1 says, can someone invite you to attend board? What would a lawyer know that you don't know? You can represent. Okay, you can represent what yourself in a claim. What are you saying? Give me a second here. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all keep typing. I need to do something. I'm gonna step away for a second. Y'all keep chatting. I'll be here. All right, yeah, I ran out of water. I thought I had enough water in my little cooler thing. Now, he says the government, let me see what y'all got here. Okay, the government must show through circumstantial evidence that a service member was aware of their assigned time and place of duty to be convict them. Okay. So so you can get a JAG representative. Okay, I'm learning something new here. Now, no, it depends on I've been out for 5 years. Okay. All right. Already. Let's see what Frog Prince is saying. Y'all, you on that road. You and your dad. Hey, H-Town, my dad's driving is starting to scare me. He's colorblind and keep hitting the rubber strip. I did it too. Just teasing. Look, tell him it's time. What y'all gonna pull over because this weather is bad out here. We want y'all to be safe, okay? So y'all make sure that y'all don't get sleepy in there, and y'all get somewhere and y'all can rest for the night because you got to be careful. And let me see. All right, no problem on that. I want y'all to be safe. I'm glad y'all was able to stay in contact. I know you said you had signal issue earlier. Let me see what it said. Let me see what we got here. TJ USMC was Captain Jack Ross from A Few Good Men. That's why he knows the legal stuff. Laughed out loud. He said already. And just like I say, we glad. Don't be picking on your dad, Frog Princess. Frog Princess picking on her dad. Oh Lord, electric car will drive you. Yeah, yeah. How many of y'all trust them electric cars? We're gonna say that for the after party. Don't let me forget. Let me finish up on here. We're gonna say that the electric car for the after party. We talked about them before. All right. Oh, did I cover everything? Yeah, we did cover the definition. Now, just like when appeal on high level review, you have a year to submit it. I wouldn't wait a year. I go ahead and submit it, but you need to go. You need before you do it, you need to kind of write down the errors in your claim or why you think they should have did a different position situation. You know, because they didn't consider information, they ruled wrong on information. Pull out the laws that say, the VA laws that say no, the law says this, but they did that. Show contradictions. You hear what I'm saying? Get very familiar with your disability that you're claiming. Now, so as we said in previous live streams, the decision review officer is the same thing as the high level reviewer. That's just word how they use word confusion. The VA changed the terminology to confuse veterans, but they the same thing. They are senior level employee, DRO, and a HLR are senior level VA employees. Meaning they got more experience than the average VA, and they specialize in these type of claims. The regular VA rater, they have more experience than them. Okay, responsible for VA appeals after a decision has been made unfavorable to the veteran. If you haven't got a denial yet, don't be filing for a high level review and you haven't got a denial yet. You got to wait till you have a denial in writing. Okay. Now listen what he say. H-Town Vet, as you stated before, getting your claim filed as soon as possible before filing HLR or BVA, because this is important because you can't submit new evidence. So it's important that you find out where they messed up or what they overlooked. What law did they break? What law did the VA break? This is the important thing. So you can use that against them, huh? Are we talking real talk here? Talk back to me, please. Now, I'm starting to sound like the old Baptist preachers. in my church. Yes, Reverend Polk. I ain't gonna ever forget him. Very good man. He passed some years ago. He passed when I was in Desert Storm. Now, the DRO main role is to review VA decision letter, evidence, and VA law to ensure a proper decision was given. And if they feel it's proper, they can deny it, but then you can still go to the Board of Veteran Appeals. Okay. Now let's see what he said exactly. Now here we go. H-Town, have you ever taken the free flights to Hawaii? I heard about this site for veterans called Pop Smoke. Does everybody know about the free flights? The MAC flights, yeah, but it seemed like they've been kind of not offering many of them since veterans qualify for them now. Anybody's taking a MAC flight using a 100% VA card. If you're a 100% disabled veteran and you had a disabled ID to get on the base, you can use that to use MAC flights since, I want to say since 2019. They changed it, okay? You say, H-Town, you're flying us to Hawaii when you hit 2,000 subscribers. 2,000 subs. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Where we gonna stay at? Okay. Hold on. We gotta talk about this here, family. So let's say I fly y'all over there. What we gonna get the money for y'all somewhere to stay? They say it's expensive in Hawaii. Now get us out of the mandatory briefings, and he's going to hide us out on Hawaii on TDY orders. Nah, I can't write up no TDY orders, man. You're going to get us all put up. No AOL. And you know you're going to a place they got several military bases in Hawaii. So we out of the frying pan into the fryer. You say steak quesadilla or Papacito. They call me Papacito. They keep talking about I'm some Dominican. Y'all, I want y'all to let you know I am a black man from Texas. I'm from the South down here. I ain't no Dominican or nothing, man. Y'all keep, and I ain't got no problem with Dominicans. That's not me, man. They keep saying, y'all, I'm about to show y'all my birth certificate, man. I was born in 4th Ward down here in Houston at Jefferson Davis Hospital, the leader of the Confederacy. They tore that hospital down. So to my knowledge, that's why I was born. That's what it said on my birth certificate. Y'all saying they falsified my documents? He say H-Town vet name is the real Papa Chulo. Y'all something else, man. Y'all don't let me fake it, man. Oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all. Y'all my fan adored. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let us continue. Remember, a decision review officer and a high-level reviewer is the same person, just different terms, depending on what type of cases they come. Now, when you deal with the duty assist, the VA, one way that the high-level reviewer could see an error, if the VA had a duty to assist the earlier rater and they did not. What is that duty to assist? They were supposed to get your medical records. They have a duty to assist to get your medical records. They have a duty to assist to get your military records. And if they just don't do it, that's a way to file for your claim. Now let's see what oh Lord, they had a lot going on here. He say, so was I, H-Town. Okay. Hold on, you born in Jeff Davis? JD, we call it, we know he was, look what he say. JD Hospital, I was born in, look, the year I was born, and it was still, that's what's on, my daughter pick on me, but they don't have black, they have Negro. Because, it was still during the civil rights time. So they still refer, the term was, Negro. Now, how about using space age travel as 100%? Yes, we covered that in our video. the VA disability compensation benefits from 0 to 100%. And we covered in our video the 8 benefits of a 100% permanent total disability rating. Now let's see. Now I haven't used it yet, but my friend that usually take them, he hasn't been able to take one because they don't offer going to the places he wants to go to. He live in Norfolk. He would always fly down here to Fort Worth and then catch a drive a car down here, or I go pick him up. Now, but they got him going all other kind of places, those flights. Now, I am checking with AMC Terminal and see how that works. Look, do that for us, Oasis. Please do it, because I ain't had time to go to the bases and stay there. I've been there, but I'll be usually on the run, keeping it moving. Get that information. Can you get that back to us, Oasis? We appreciate you so much. Yeah, we passed down through 4th Ward today, TJ, and what Jefferson Davis Hospital where I was born at, and they tore the hospital down. I guess about maybe 20 years ago, 20, 30 maybe years ago. And they built other stuff up there. The site is still over there by Allen Parkway. Now, Space Aid is Asia has restriction. Okay. Yeah, but Space Aid with the disabled veterans, you can only fly to the continental US, American Samoa, Guam, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands. I think I named most of them. Okay, sure, if you tell my boss it would take me 2 days to research any off-duty, not from off-duty, no. Research any way from duty. Now, I won't get you in no trouble. Wait till you pull in duty, like when you're on CQ or something, and you got a little extra time at night, huh? Now, we ain't gonna conflict with your So remember that duty to assist, that the VA is supposed to help you with your claim. If they have evidence that help you, they're supposed to. Do they do it? No, not all the time. We didn't know they supposed to help us. So VA, duty to assist you. Now we on number 4. We got 4, 5, and 6, and we're gonna be done. And then we talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. If y'all want to close it out, we'll close it out. Now here we go. So which is it? The permanent or temporary ratings? Let's talk about the differences between a permanent and temporary rating. You don't necessarily have to be 100% to have a permanent rating. Some people have it at 70%, but to get the permanent rating at 100%, you got to be permanent at 100%, meaning static, and we'll talk about that. And let's see what always said. Sure, if you tell my boss I would take me 2 days to research anyway from duty. He trying to get off that duty, so you're gonna have to go through with it. Permanent or temporary? That's the 4th thing we're talking about. Now, dealing with temporary, I want y'all to listen very closely if you have a temporary rating, all right, such as individual unemployability, or temporary 100% for what do you call it, like your knee replacement or prostate cancer. And once your knee is replaced, they take you back down from that temporary 100%. Once your cancer is in remission, they take you back from that temporary 100%. When you're dealing with IU, individual unemployability, is different. That's another temporary 100%. What? Your condition may improve. That's why it's temporary. You get evaluation between every 3 and 5 years. The rating may be lowered at that point, increased, or it might stay the same. That's a temporary rating. All right. Now, so why is it temporary? Because it fluctuates. You know, your condition may get better. So you may be depressed now, but your condition might get better And if it does, they're going to lower your rating. VA can reevaluate temporary disability ratings like IU every 2 to 5 years unless rating is permanent or in place for 20 years straight. So if you have a permanent rating, that would be TDIU, not IU. And if you've had a temporary 100% for 20 years straight, meaning you paid at the 100% rate for 20 years straight, they can't mess with you then. That's the 20-year rule. We're going to talk about that in a minute. That's a protected rating. Now let's see what he say. Get your rating code sheet to see if you're static or have a routine future exam. That's right. We went over that, but that's an excellent point. We didn't go over that tonight, so thank you for that. Now, here we go. Let me see what I got. Okay, now Marines will swim to Hawaii and back for PT. Boy, y'all crazy. Yeah, y'all. I seen. I'm gonna tell y'all like this here. I've been in a war zone. Those Marines ain't faking about their commitment. I'm like, man, I'm not doing all that. They'll go on a mission, come back, and go back on that same mission. Man, show me, you know. And I'm a soldier that was committed, man. But man, I said these guys too much for me, man. They committed. Now, because some conditions fluctuate in severity over time, the VA reevaluations are done to document any change in illness or condition. Now they say bring checklists. Now tell me what checklist you talking about bringing. Now the because it sounds like a good idea. The Air Force, we fly drones over South America and back for PT. Wow. Yeah, them drones is a big thing. They kind of used them when I was in Desert Storm, but we didn't know they was up there. Now, let's see what we got going here. Now, I want y'all to be clear. This is the biggest point I want to make. Please, everybody, pay attention to your screen right now. Look to the right on the door. It's a permanent VA rating. Permanent don't mean permanent. So let's follow this here, okay? Follow me. Permanent VA rating, and you see the equal sign in the middle, does not equal unchanged forever. So it might be static, but it may not be static forever. Follow me. You may have a permanent condition. The only thing that protects your condition is having it 20 years straight under the 20-year rule. Now let's see what he got here. Okay, Dogface said, H-Town, when I got my PNT, it said permanent does not mean combined, permanent, and total. Or is it PNT, meaning only for specific issues you have? Now, once you have a permanent total rating, you locked in. It don't have, you locked in, you permanent total. All right? Now, that doesn't mean that they won't evaluate you for some of the smaller issues. Follow this here, what I'm saying. So if you have a back condition, you're 100% permanent total for PTSD. But you got a back issue and they reduced it from 40, let's say 40%, 60% down to 15%. But it doesn't affect your overall rating. They don't have to send you to an exam for that. Did you know that? If it don't affect your overall rating, the VA can reduce your rating without a CMP exam. Did you know that? Okay, Army runs from southernmost tip of Mexico up to Alaska for PT. Boy, y'all out of control. True. If they see improvement, they can notify you of a possible reduction. Most definitely so. Now, 20-year rule applies to incarceration reduction if you go to jail. Now, that's what I brought up last night, and we want to talk to y'all, teach you if you know about it. We're going to get to the 20-year rule in a minute. But even after 20 years, if you get incarcerated, I don't know if you won't lose your 100% status like you would if you wasn't permanent. Didn't have it for 20 years, but I don't think you can get those federal funds while you're incarcerated. I don't know. We need to find that out. Because we're gonna talk about that in a second. I got that slide up here. Age and condition type determines if you get future exams too. Yes. Most cancers that are not terminal can be reevaluated. This is true. And they'll pay you for the residuals, even if they reduce you. They'll pay you for the side effects, such as when your erectile dysfunction, if you wear diapers, or other things that are affected. Yep. Dogface, if you see they are watching you, they see you happy when you're going to the mailbox, they will reduce you. Lock down. Don't listen to him. Listen, Dogface. So y'all try to make Dogface Soldier paranoid. He went the whole thing not asking about if they watching us. He tried EMI trying to trigger you, Dogface Soldier. Don't pay him no mind. So remember that. Now let's continue. Now let's talk about that permanent rating. Let's see this thing. Permanent rating. Condition is static, unchanging. That's what permanent means. Unlikely to improve. It didn't say it won't improve. It say unlikely to improve. Okay, no future exam scheduled. That don't mean they won't schedule none, but in most cases they don't, especially if you don't file a new claim. He laughing at Mr. International. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. Lockdown veterans alarm. Don't do that, PNT. You cutting up tonight, man. I like you. You're gonna have to start coming back. You family up in here, man. I don't know if you're female or male, but you family. You have me, you family. Come on, cutting up, lockdown. You're gonna have us going on alert. I'm about to go get my rough sack. Huh? About to get everything, my poncho. Y'all are cutting. I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all. Y'all are characters. Now let us continue. We gotta have fun. We gotta laugh. My grandma used to say, we gotta laugh to keep from crying. Huh? Now, so remember, this is for a permanent rating that is higher protection. Okay, now follow me. It's a protected rating, but it ain't totally protected. It's the closest thing that you'll get. Continue to complain to your doctors about your symptoms, but don't lie. That's what you need to hear, Dogface. So, because you say, what if I tell a doctor? You don't have to tell the doctor. Listen, when you go to a mechanic, you tell them what's wrong with your car, not what's right. So you don't have to lie to them, but you're not saying, well, guess what? This happened great with me. You're going out to get your problems fixed, not to have diarrhea of the mouth. All right. Now let us continue. I'm enjoying this live stream, and we appreciate it. Now, only if you're permanent and total, whether that be 100% permanent total or TDIU, which is a type of 100% permanent total based on unemployability, that you get the same benefits. The only difference between 100% permanent total and TDIU, total disability individual unemployability permanent total, you both pay this 100% rate, but there are employment restrictions on the TDIU that are not on 100% permanent total. But listen to the H-Town vet, either one can be used against you. So just be careful working. I ain't saying, but don't be telling people you're doing that. Let me see. Let's see, say, okay, medical evidence trumps everything. Okay, yeah, trumps everything. Yeah, medical evidence backed up by VA law. Okay, once you get 90 to 100%, your job is to go to the doctor for a living. That's your job. Now I agree, Brother Lawson, that's the total truth. Complaining, try not to write all caps because I can't really read it that good when you do that. Your left, sometimes you can use a cap sometimes, but I can't see everything. Complaining in Marines will get you extra duty. Wow. What type of extra duty? Are you going to have to peel potatoes? That ain't funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Laugh out loud. If the doctors see you crack a smile, they will re-examine you and reduce you. See what you did, I am? You got this man paranoid again. Y'all cutting up. You triggered this man. If you have a mental health condition, why would you trust an examiner? Or why would you trust an examiner would write down all your symptoms? Submit your own statement for your symptoms. You do that. You list them. I never thought about that. I did that on a letter, but I was doing it because I was combating back against the doctor. You write a letter and submit that. Okay. Don't be doing now rock climbing or water ski tricks. It depends on what your condition is, yeah. Because they caught some of them doing they was cutting up, talking about they lost the use of hands and feet. But Mr. Dennis was using his hands and his feet. Watch our video VA fraud. If I mispronounce words, it's because I have these headset on, and so it's hard to hear myself talk. Now, if you cough the wrong way, in the Army, they will give you an Article 15. Hoorah. Man, y'all got this man. See, y'all worked up Dogface Soldier. I had him so calm, and y'all got this man worked up. Oh, boy. EMI ain't going to forget you for this. Now, Dogface, get one of those masks and hide your ID in public. Make sure it's a mask that looks like you're sad. H-Town probably knows how to disguise his ID because he departed Costa Rica. No, I didn't. I ain't from none of them places, man. Look, anybody coming in, I love everybody no matter where they from. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. My people have been in Texas for 170 years. Before that, they were in Florida for the last 300 years before that. And that we can count by 200-300 years, and in Georgia. And got a couple of family members that I don't claim in Alabama. I ain't getting into it. I ain't got no people in Costa Rica, man. Why y'all putting me out there? I'm gonna have to produce my proof of citizenship around here dealing with y'all. Listen, the older you get, trust me, other things go wrong with you, which become secondary claims. That's true. Now, let us continue. Now, so you need to be writing that down. So if you have a problem with your left leg and you're leaning on that left leg, you lean on your right leg, then that's gonna be you're gonna still have a problem with that leg too. That's a secondary injury from your primary service connected disability. So Brother Ronald is so correct. You sound like you know how to rate too, man. And you very good at this now. Very knowledgeable people in there. That's why we like keeping competent people with us. Now let us continue. Also, if to get Champ VA Healthcare, you have to be have a permanent and total rating. Also, now let's see. Secondary claims can get you in the Hundo Club, 100% Club, Hundo Club. Yeah. So yeah. Now that's amazing. You saying that you could be service connected for an injury or a condition that ain't 100%, and the secondary condition can be 100%. I know you can get a high rating, but Wow. So if you don't have Chapter 35 educational benefits for your spouse or dependent children or any other dependent, you need to make sure they're aware of this and they can use it to go to school and get this health care. Now, here's what we're talking about. If y'all in the room, watch on the screen. I know it ain't, but so big. Here, VA breaks the rules. There was a report last year the Office of Inspector General did on the VA regional office. They took samples of claims to see how many of them that they approved or denied and what type of claim it was. Now, watch this here. Out of all the total of these claims, there was a lot of them. I'm assuming about 14 to 1,500 of them. Listen to what happened. Which one did they did unwarranted reexamination, meaning they wasn't supposed to do examination on it. The one that they did the most on was the disability is permanent and not likely to improve. They did 1,000, the VA regional office did 1,901. 60% of the claims were for people that had a permanent rating. Combined rating was 38%. Rating that has no substantial improvement over 5 years, the 5-year rule, 15%. Okay. Veterans over 55, 6%. That's why I say that must be a strong thing right there, because they didn't evaluate them much. A disability evaluation is minimal level for the condition. So the lowest you can get is a 0%. You got a 0%, they're not going to reduce you because that's the lowest one. Now we have our sister Cynthia in here. Her husband is she said it is a 100% disabled vet, and this is another dependent that be holding it down for the family, and we appreciate you. Now, so remember that if people say, "Oh, you permanent total, you got it made," nah, you do have it made, but you need to know how to fight if they unjustly. See, this could be a high level review. If they send you to an exam, and you can fight this here, because you say you wasn't supposed to be examined. Now, thank you for doing these casts, H-Town. Okay? Information is such a valuable asset for those getting out to those already 100%. Yeah, for those getting out the military to those that are 100%. I'm doing it because, let me get on screen again. I wish this was around when I got out the military, because I didn't know nothing about how to get disability and VA compensation. I didn't know what was going on. It took years. Remember, I got out in the early 90s. I didn't get my first actual, I didn't get it until 2000, like late 2008, 2010. But they went back to 2005 or 4 for my, so it was years I went without any support for my conditions. Yes, that's why we do this, to make sure other people don't have to go through what we went through. Now, and I know it's now here's back to what you're talking about with that work incarceration. If you are in jail for 61 days on a felony crime, they will reduce you down to 10% if you have a rating between 20 and 100%. Unless if you're 100%, you can sign your check over to your dependent. But if you only get 10%, they're gonna give you half that pay. All right. Sorry about oh Lord, give me a second. Let me. I kind of clean how you click something and how stuff happens. All right, I'm back to it. Add it to the stage. Now, that didn't. I'm trying to give me a second, y'all. Now, here we go. So remember that not only the 20, you're not, I don't know if you're protected from the 20-year rule in this, they can't reduce your percentage if you go to jail after 20 years. But what they can do, I don't think you can get your money while you're in there unless you give it over to a family. I don't know. We got to get that one answered. Now, here we go. If I'm 100% for PT, if I'm 100% PNT for mental, can I fake my disability when I visit my family? I don't know what you mean by that. Only way they would understand how I am 100% PNT. Okay, they think 100% disabled is that that you're paralyzed. Any advice? Don't try to prove nothing to nobody. You just try to get yourself better. That's why you come here with people that ain't gonna judge you, that can relate to you, because we in the same boats that some of our family members gonna understand or try to understand. Ain't nobody really severe gonna understand, but so much. And some don't want to understand, and some don't believe. Who cares? What that got to do with price of tea in China? You come over here where we at. We family. Now here we go. Article 107 of the UCMJ identifies knowing making false official statements, signing a false record, return regulation orders, or other official documents known to be false. The maximum, let's get to the rest of this, punishment for Article 107 is a dishonorable discharge, 5 years confinement, total forfeiture of pay and allowances, reduction in rank to E1, and other legal punishment. Let me ask you, what's the difference between a dishonorable discharge and a court martial? Are they part of the same thing? I don't fully understand how it works. Somebody, if you got some information, let us know. Now let us continue. Now there are 4 types of 100%, like we said. Four types of 100%. 2 of them are temporary, 2 of them are permanent, as we talked about. The permanent ones, the temporary ones is IU, which is individual unemployability, and temporary 100%. The permanent ones are TDIU, total disability, individual unemployability, and 100% permanent total. Now let's get to let's see what our brother Oasis is saying here. He said, I was punished for not talking to family for a year when I was in. I didn't talk to them for 8 months. They got on me too. My family called the Red Cross. Remember I told y'all my family called the Red Cross too? They called the Red Cross on me, man. I almost got in trouble with my captain. I wanted to do nothing. I wanted to do nothing with my family when I was deployed. Didn't want them worried. Yeah, I was the same way. My grandmother, once I went over to Desert Storm, she had this thing in her mind that she saw me on television, during the war. She saw me running behind a tank. She saw a black boy running behind a tank, and she thought it was me. You know how many thousands of people, black men, are in the military? And so I had to convince her while she on the phone, she was upset that it wasn't me. And it was wild, man, because, she was convinced. She said, why did they leave you behind the tank? Let me get on screen for this. This was real. This really hit me hard, man, because she was going to the church and, had them praying for me and stuff that I come back safe, me and my, the other military people with us. And I said, no, big mama, we call it Southern thing. We call it grandma sometimes Big Mama. And I said, no, big mama, I wasn't running. I don't remember running out of the tank. I hope it wasn't me. If there was, why were they leaving me? Man, it had me nervous. Now he's explaining these discharges and court martial. Thank you, TJ, so much for this clarification. This is information that you need, because when you're trying to file a claim or fight a dishonorable discharge to get your VA compensation, you need to know these things. That's why we have people with expertise in different areas. We're not just a general overall expert, but together we are the experts. Let's see what TJ says. Okay, you can be administratively discharged or punished discharged through a court martial. Okay, so it could be an administrative process, or it can go through a court, actual court proceeding. OTH is worse administration. Administrative. Okay. Don't let them know you are 100% PNT. It's nobody business. Please listen to Brother Ronald Lawson. Don't tell them nothing, because if you told them, they wouldn't understand or appreciate. They'll just become more jealous of you because they feel like you getting something that they can't get. Okay, DD is from court martial. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can fight a DD. Okay. Ex offender will get support convicted crime. Is that true? Will get no support. I don't know. Now I know there was a I want to say he was a full bird colonel or a what do you call that person? Full bird colonel, or he was a 1-star general, and he was at a church and he had, was messing with a child, and they got him. And I think he getting his retirement in jail. But I think most soldiers don't get their retirement because they bust you down. But I think he was already kind of, been in so many years. But a general discharge could possibly be upgraded. Yes. I think if you can fight almost anything, because they've been talking about the latest the right last few months, they talking about upgrading dishonorable discharges. Did y'all hear something about that? Okay, what dishonorable D can you have now and still get VA benefits? Well, some people coming back from the new Iraq war and stuff, the second Iraq war, they helping them with some stuff, but you got that court martial. I know people went up there, they ain't want nothing to do with it. They wasn't helping them. But if you got general under honorable conditions and some type of dishonorable discharge, they might help you. But he had some serious stuff on him. DD is, I think he had 2 violation cases on him. Okay. The DD is given. Tell me what DD is so everybody know what the DD is, given a real federal judge. Okay. They say, thank you, Dogface Soldiers, for asking under 5 questions about PNT. It's moving to cast the law. Oh man, y'all, boy, y'all, you can't have no soft skin dealing with y'all, man. Y'all out of control. A board can give you another other than honorable discharge. What some benefits you can qualify for with an honorable, other than honorable discharge, and with the VA, you can get disability compensation sometimes, general under honorable conditions. Now, here's the problem. When you start going for some of them state benefits, oh, dishonorable discharge. Okay, dishonorable discharge. That's what DD is. Thanks, D-Face. Okay. Now, no, okay. Now let us continue. Now, remember the 4 types of 100%: temporary 100%, 100% permanent total. That's the one that many people covet and want to have. And on top of that, now, so those are the first 2. 1 temporary. These are 2 scheduler ratings, meaning you're actually rated at 100%. For the temporary 100%, but it's a temporary rating, but it's a scheduler rating. They and 100% PNT is a scheduler rating, meaning your conditions add up to 100%. That's what scheduler means. Now, then there's based on unemployability. You have IU and TDIU. With IU, these are both forms of unemployability. All right, IU and TDIU. IU is temporary, and TDIU is permanent, like 100% permanent total. Okay? And IU stands for individual unemployability, and TDIU stands for what? Total disability individual unemployability. You can upgrade your DD2 1014 and get benefits if you have mental issues on active duty, especially if you went and got, yes, this is true. Especially if you went and got treatment for the mental condition or the drug issues. Now, let us continue. See, if you want to file for unemployability or TDIU or even 100%, you need to ask yourself, are you trying to file for this while you're working, or are you going to focus on your VA disability? Because it's going to be hard to get unemployability or 100% permanent total while you're working. Because they're going to ask, are you working? It's not impossible. Okay, Alaskany, be careful watering your grass. The VA are looking for you with private investigators. Oh, see y'all, Dollface Soldier doing so good to y'all, provoked him. Leave that man alone. So are you gonna work? That's the question. Are you gonna be focused on your disability? Now, 60%, we're gonna talk about this 60% rating, okay? Now with this 60%, we talked about this before. So this is a way to get unemployability. They might give you IU or TDIU. So let's say you 60% for one condition. So if you have one condition rated at 60%, veteran is eligible to file a claim for unemployability if one service-connected disability is rated 60% or higher. There has to be an individual condition that's rated at 60% or higher. Now, here's the thing. You're eligible to file for it. That don't mean they're going to give it to you, because the condition has to keep you from being able to work. Okay, Dollface Soldier, he said something. He said his name, I guess. Now, that's one way to qualify. But what if you don't have one condition that's at 60%, but you have a combined rating over 60%? We'll talk about that. 70%. So let's say you have a combined rating of 70%. You don't meet the individual rating of 60%, but you have a combined rating. Let's see what the rules are for that. Okay, so if you have a combined rate, if veterans with 2 service-connected disabilities or more are eligible to file a claim for unemployability if at least one of the disabilities is rated at 40% or higher. So you have to have at least one that's 40%, and the rest of them add up to 70%. You can skip the other rating and jump to 100%. You're not going to be 100%, but you're going to be 70%, 80 or 90, whatever you are. Let's say 70% paid at 100%. But if it's permanent total, it don't matter. You locked in. Let's see what Alaska say. Dogface, you're typing to happy. You need to type with more sadness. Oh Lord. He says, man, he type with more sadness. I've noticed improvement since last cast. Wow. Need to maintain anxiety. Boy, y'all, man, you can't have, look, we're dealing with y'all. You can't have sisters dealing with y'all, man. Y'all out of control. Now let us continue. Now we're almost done. We got 2 left, 5 and 6. All right. 5 being, so we talked about different things. What we talked about? The claim, filing the claim. Then we talked about the CMP exam. Then we talked about, I forgot what we talked about. Oh Lord. What else we talked about? What was 3 after CNP exam? I know we talked about temporary and permanent ratings, number 4, but what was number 3? I forgot. I forgot what number 3 was. We're gonna go over it in a minute. Now, number 5, know the rules. What rules did you need to know? Look to the right. The 5-year rule, the 10-year rule, and the 20-year rule. These are like anniversaries. When you had a condition for 5 years, you get certain levels of protection. The rules are what? Make protected ratings at 5 years, at 10 years, at 20 years. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's talk about it. Now read this. I want you to read this for a second. Read the information on the board, those who haven't seen it. Dealing with the 5-year rule. Now, with the 5-year rule, I want you to notice I put the law, we put the law up there, 3.325 reexaminations. These are meant to protect you from being reexamined. In the white box up top, it has the VA will not schedule periodic reexaminations for service-connected disabilities if the condition has remained stable for 5 years or more. When they say remain stable, meaning it's in the same condition. See how they use them word game? They mean kind of like static, really. Not stable, meaning it's in a good place. But you got to watch the VA when they write these laws, they meant to confuse you, meaning unchanging. That's what they mean. Now, let's look at the checklist here. Okay, protected veterans. What does the 5-year rule do? Protect veterans from having their disability ratings reduced after 5 years if it has remained unchanged, meaning it hadn't gotten better. Okay, what else about the 5-year rule? VA can only reduce a rating if they can prove the disability has substantial, meaning major, or continuous improvement, that it just keep getting better, or all of a sudden you have major improvement on the condition, but it has to be continuous, not just one day you're doing better. Then the last thing, remember, this is the key thing under the 5-year rule. They're going to need at least 2 examinations to re-examine you. Okay? The VA cannot reduce a rating based on a single exam. Bingo. If you had that condition, it's only the condition that you've had for 5 years straight, not all your conditions. That's the one that's protected. Or whatever let's see what he got here. Re-examination, also notate 55-year rule. I'm gonna look in that. Now, here we go. The VA cannot, now let's go to the 10-year rule. So I hope y'all understand the 5-year rule. In the 10-year rule, the VA cannot terminate service connection for a disability that has been in a place for at least 10 years unless there was evidence of fraud. Okay? However, rating percentage can be reduced to 0%. So they can't take your service connection away. So if let's say you had 100% for post-traumatic stress disorder and it's been in place for 10 years, or you had 70%, they can reduce you down to 0 where you don't get no money, but they can't take your PTSD rating from you. I know that don't sound real good, but at least you can file for an increase. And we show you at the H-Town Vet how to fight all this here before it even happens. Now, the 20-year rule, this is the most important one that we talk about. So let's follow. And this is 20-year rule. Uh, hold on. Let's see what he talking about. Hold on. Let's see. TJ says after 2 exams showing substantial improvement. Yes, both of them have to show substantial improvement. If not, if one say you're doing worse, one say you're doing better, that's conflicting medical opinions, right? See how this tying in what Mr. International told us earlier? And Mr. International says he's a accredited claim agent, and if you need to talk to him, I sent you an email earlier, Mr. International. If you ain't too big, let people know where they can get to you. If you want to, just let me know. I can do it behind the scene because he got real knowledge. But I think he does help people with their claims. But you got to talk to him personally. Now let's see. Let's see here. What's this here? Oh Lord, somebody said, "What Dogface?" So y'all can't play with Dogface. H-Town, you don't forget the 60-year rule, and it only applies to Alaskan. I'm 55. I'm 55. He say, boy, y'all going at it. He say, okay, they can do you dirty. Make sure you have good evidence on your side, backed up by VA law. Let me see what he said. Dogface, be cautious. Too much volunteering. Now that's true. They'll try to get you for volunteering too. If you end up with a volunteer of the year award, you best not show happy emotions. Man, you guys are comedians. This tough. It's tougher to appear sad than happy. Mask up as a contingency. Man, I ain't got time. Man, where y'all get this stuff from, man? Look, Dogface Soldier had to land. Oh man, where y'all get this stuff? Man, see, that's the problem. We're in the military. We got too much time on our hands. Hold on, I can't even keep my straight. I'm gonna get to the 20-year rule. Hold on, man. I ain't got time for y'all, man. I ain't got time to be playing with y'all. I got things to do in my life. How do we know you're 55? You look 45. Man, I got gray hair, but I've been out gray hair for a while now. But could pass for 65. Boy, they don't look. They don't play here. That's why I say you can't be sensitive. Man, y'all out of control, man. Oh man, you can't be sensitive dealing with these folks here. Oh man, and that's what see we keeping it within reason and clean here. Now let's get back to let's see what Bernie said. Okay, man said he can't stand being around people, but on Facebook page, he at a Raiders game doing the wave in a solid sold out stadium. That's a problem. If you say you don't like being around people, but you up there cutting up, but then you get to the appointment, you say, I don't like being around nobody. That's conflicting information that's conflicting behavior from what you're stating your condition is, okay? He say, don't talk about 65. Look at it, somebody stepped on somebody's toes over here. Now, here we go. Now, with the 20-year rule, now this is the one that's the most important, I believe. Because this is when the VA, I saw it, I can't tell you where I saw it, but they'll send you a letter saying at that point that the VA, once you get 20 years, they're no longer providing you services for that condition. Okay? If you, let's say after 20 years, you get another condition or some of your other conditions haven't made 20 years, like the one that is 20 years, it covers the one that's 20 years. All right? Not any new conditions you get. Now, here it is with the 20-year rule. Man, they coming into the room. I like this. Thank y'all. All right, here we go. It's law 3.951, preservation of disability ratings. A disability which has been continuously rated at or above any evaluation of disability for 20 years will not be reduced. Now, so it don't matter if that condition is 10%, 50%, 100%. If it's been rated at or above for that 20-year period, you're gonna be straight. So if you was 30 years the first 5 years, and then the rest of the 15 years, you were 100%, well, in that 20-year period, they can't reduce you that below 30% because that was the lowest rate during that time. Now, let's read the rule itself, the 20-year rule. Service-connected VA disability has been rated at or above a specific rating percentage for at least 20 years, what we just said. Now, unless the rating evaluation was based on fraud, which we talked about, then see, a lot of you don't know this, that's why we're breaking it down. The 20-year rule does not apply to a new condition that develops after the 20-year period. So follow now. Now let us continue. Now let's give an example. Now every time you get, let's say you had 40% starting in 2000, but in June 19, 2004, you got reduced from 40 to 30%. Well, that's when it resets. That's when your 20 years starts all over again. But after that, it increases. So your 30 is good when you get your 60. Your 30 is good when you get to your 100. But then it resets again once you get down to 80. All right, but you should be straight with at least the 30%. Come on now. Now let's see. Let's see what he says. Article 107 of the USMCJ identifies knowingly making false statements, signing a false record, return, regulation, order, or other official documents, knowing to be false, that you were aware you did it willingly and knowingly. Now we on the last one, y'all. I know I did it. We've been going through, but I want to make sure that everybody has this knowledge. Now, write VA form. If you're filing something, whether it be an initial claim, an appeal, or you're requesting an update, you got to do it on the right form. So this is the sixth element that you need for the VA claim. I hope I've been thorough tonight. Now, if you want to lock in your back pay date, you need to put it on the intent to file form. Okay? We talk about that in several videos. You don't know what you want to file yet, and you're trying to get your evidence together, you can file an intent to file. You don't have to say what you're claiming. But when you get ready to file your claim, you need to have all the disabilities filed on one day, on one piece of paper, for them to fall under the intent to file. Okay? Now let us continue. The more time, the more money. This is why lawyers, they'll take cases that you've been dealing with for years, because the back pay, they get a percentage of that. Now, another powerful, and it accumulates. This supported claim form is one of the most powerful forms, because you can use this for a lot of different things. And you can write your own statement, because you are considered a reliable historian if you are a combat veteran. And let's say you experience military trauma. What you do is, you may not have evidence that you went to the hospital and said you were violated, but you might start getting the bad evaluations. You may went to the hospital crying and they don't know why. So anything like that. All right. Now, so this supported claim form, get familiar, very powerful tool. Now let us continue. A lay witness statement form 21-10-210. I was actually referred to this form. I didn't know it existed, because we used to just use the supported claim form. So this is actually where your witnesses can make statements and fill out information in detail about their experiences with you. I remember our sister Danica, the active duty sister, she she said she's gonna get one of her squad leaders to fill one out, which is excellent. I think they agreed, and because she's active duty, that's gonna help her. All right. You say you see MJ, are you still active duty? Oh, somebody asked if this active duty. Okay, that's they chatting with each other. Okay, this is the form to file a high level review. Form 20-0996. It's a 3-page form, and you can list everything that you want to put on page 2 and 3. You know, all the conditions and the date of onset and all that. Now, how many failed relationships should one have to claim inability to maintain effective relationship? Well, if you can document it, usually relationships you can't document unless they married you. If you got about 3-4 divorces, put that on now. Huh? Yes, indeed. If you don't deal with your family, let them know. Like you may have not seen your family in a whole year, 10 years. Let them know. Now, here we go. Uh, this is the form. This is very important. We really need y'all to go and sign up at the VA hospital. That'll help you claim a lot of time. If you just reluctant to do it, you rather see your outside doctor, I understand. But you need to let them know that you're unable to maintain M21, that you're unable to maintain effective relationships. Just like you're not able to some people are not able to maintain effective employment relationships. If you can't have good relationship on the job, how can you work? So they need to know that. This is the opposite. You heard the thing to say more time, more money. Well, this works backwards. This is more time, more money. I mean, this is not what's the saying? I forgot. I used to say it all the time. Oh, more money, more problems. Now with this here, more problems, more money. That's what I meant to say. He say if there's 6 different breakup, all backup, the email, text, while deployed or not, who hasn't had relationship problems in over 20 years, but they're extremely high among military. And it ain't just to having relationship problem, it's how it's affecting you now. And can it be tied to your military service? Can it be tied to your service-connected disability or the disability that you are claiming? Now, EMI deserves a good man like H-Town. Hold on, I don't know. Is EMI is a woman or man? I don't know what they are. So, you know, and I don't try to get me beat up if they're female. I ain't trying to get beat up out here. I hope you choking. I don't know. I don't know the genders, and I'm good. Let's get to this here, boy. Y'all got me sweating like a prostitute in church up in there. Now, but that's the form right there. That you go to the VA and you get this form and you get more information because they have different classes. Once you get 50% or more as a disabled veteran, they all your medical care is free other than dental. Now let us continue. Almost done. Make sure you read the instructions on all of these forms. We as people have a tendency not to want to read them, but we need to read the instructions so you can properly fill them out and you do everything so it don't get bounced back or denied. Yeah. And if you want to do it, go look at Voc Rehab, which is called Veteran Readiness and Employment, and they'll help you if you're trying to get a job or get training for a job. I mean, look in your state for all type of benefits that they have for veterans in your state. Texas, California, Florida, sometimes I think Pennsylvania are the highest ones for veteran benefit, meaning that, you know, more favorable veteran benefit. That's why you need that DD 214. Now, if this video has been informative, please subscribe. We really would appreciate it because we're trying to signal boost the message and we're trying to get it out there. Now, let us know if this information has been informative. Do you like the style presentation? What don't you like about it? Let me know what could be done differently. We ain't no hurt feelings here. What do you think could help the broadcast? Now, he was married 40 years. He was jealous. Okay, he was jealous if he co-workers, if he co-worker. He got fired. His PTSD was through the roof. Wow. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, okay. Here again is this is my contact for you just coming in here. My handle at the H-Town Vet is H-Town Vet Northside because there are other H-Town Vet social media and YouTube channels, so I don't want you to get confused. And if you would like to contribute, we appreciate donations. We're not asking nobody, like, if we ain't charging nobody to do nothing, but if you like to give, that's when we found out people start wanting to give. So I came up with this Cash App, which is H-Town Vet Northside, capitalize the H, the T, the V, and the N. Then if you want to contact the H-Town Vet, and I do get back to you sometime, I'm going to be busy till next week. Got a car repair, got all kind of stuff going on right now. Contact us at the email htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. Now let's see what's going on here. He say all Marines report for 100% permanent total, 100% pain and training, high standards of personal conduct, morality, and professional skills. We are all as one team. MCRD, San Diego Force Recon, sound off. Oh. Proceeding. Y'all couldn't up, man. Y'all couldn't up. Now they say USMC is like all about the Army and SOCOM community. I don't know what that is. The rest of it is history. Well, what I'm gonna do with y'all? Now let us continue. I ain't got much left here. Now we at the after party. If y'all have anything, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to ask questions. If y'all got any questions, I'm gonna take a little break here while y'all get it together. And as we're doing it, anything about veteran benefits, look, we can talk about pretty much anything, but we don't want to get mad at each other. Just we talk about different things within reason. Nothing that's gonna cause it. So Army JAG, okay. Let me ask you a question. When do they send veterans to Leavenworth? When they get out, do they automatically get court-martialed, or they got court-martialed before they? What I'm talking about, they got court-martialed. That's why they went to Leavenworth, I'm assuming. How does that work? You say, sounds good. Let us know if the information that was given out during the presentation. Oh, they're almost home. Okay. Frog Princess, y'all be safe out there on that road because I think y'all are how hour ahead of us. Here it's 11:30. I think that's the Eastern time. It might be 11:20. It should be 12:20 where you at. Let us know. Now, if y'all make it on safe, let us know if we still doing the broadcast. We've been on here 3 hours and 22 minutes. Y'all not gonna keep me up with all this here. You understand? Y'all trying to keep me up past my bedtime. I done told y'all in the past, let me get on this screen. Huh? Listen here, if I stay out past a certain time, I change the locks on myself at this house. You hear me? Even I can't break the rules. Huh? Now look, he giving that knowledge. I always want to know this. TJ say court-martial, Leavenworth, then dishonorable discharge. Wow. Now, what about that bad conduct discharge? Can you get a bad conduct discharge upgraded? Let us know, TJ, in the chat. And y'all go ahead and y'all have any questions y'all want to talk about. What do y'all think about these new changes in the VA regulations for mental health? They're talking about getting away with the 0% rating and making the rating for scheduling disability rating. They're changing it up, got it all mixed up. What do y'all think about that? And I think they're same changing it for sleep apnea too. Let us know in the chat. I'm gonna step away for a minute, and y'all go ahead and chat it up. And I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank y'all. So let me see what I missed. He said, I'm not certain. He say, other than honorable, if from an administrative board, not court martial. So there's an administrative way of doing it, and there's also a criminal way of doing it. Okay. Now for the dishonorable, other than no benefits. Oh yeah, I learned that from somebody doing it. They didn't get no benefits. Let me see. Put my face back up here. Okay, only honorable, but now I hear general discharges under certain conditions. Okay, H Town has to go tinkle. No comment. But I went and got my pizza. Look, I got all that California pizza, and I got my water. What else I got? I had to put this jacket on because my family keep it cold. They trying to freeze me out up in here. I got that old man syndrome. I'm cold. My blood thin. Woo. Now, uh, I've never worked in the legal system, but I've been at plenty of court martials for those that got in legal trouble. Okay, you must be like like a high ranking military personnel. Okay, you have to have an honorable to achieve medal to acquire all benefits. Sometimes general under honorable conditions, maybe. No, you say no. DD 214 should notate honorable discharge. Let me ask you this here. Follow me on this, if you will. What if you had two different service times? You got an honorable on the first one, and your second tour of duty, you got a dishonorable. How does that work? Does anybody know? If you get a DUI accident, does the disqualify? Does that disqualify from benefits from injury? It is called malice activity or malice activity that will cause injury. It depends if you can say you were self-medicating or because of because of a service-connected disability, it's possible to get out of it. Now, what if a soldier receives general discharge? All right. You say, okay, Dollface Senior. He says, Senior. Don't call if misconduct was involved. They probably did a line of duty. Okay. Okay. Court martials are bad. Yes, they are. Okay. Okay. And the final soldier was not in the line of duty. Well, if it's not in the line of duty, my cousin got kicked out because he was coming back from Fort Hood with another guy, and they both had substance in their system. The guy, they got in a wreck. The driver passed. My cousin, he ended up getting his benefits years later because he was in Vietnam and he said he was self-medicated. Made it home safe. They made it home. A minute ago, it looked like. Everybody give a hand for Frog Princess and her father for making it home. Say, all ready for some sleep. I know y'all are. I know you are. Okay. I had a death benefit question. If I may, yes, you can ask a death benefit question. Good question. Don't know. Okay, what if car accident on active duty would prevent from benefit? Well, it did with my cousin, but he ended up getting his benefits years later because he was a Vietnam veteran. Yes, that actually happened. Okay, if you got a general discharge, try to get it upgraded. So stay out of trouble for at least 2 years after you get out the military and get character witnesses such as your family members, employer, your pastor, people that are generally seen as having good character to vouch for you, but you need to stay out of trouble, okay? So you can get it upgraded to honorable. That can happen. If Dogface gets reduced and then goes on a fake, goes on to fake his death, how long do you have to be declared missing before death benefits are paid from the VA? Wow, we're not we're not condoning any type of criminal activity, but the death benefit starts if they do it within a year. It starts on the date, the first day of the month of the death. If they died January the 15th, they're gonna give them that first payment for January the 1st and go from there. But you gotta start the family member has to file the claim within a year. If they do it after the year, they're only gonna start when they file the claim. They won't give them no back pay. Okay? I'm gonna sit here, I'm just sit here, y'all. Just keep up with it. I got this California pizza, baby. Hey, time, keep on communicating. We're gonna keep on pulling it up and talking to you. Oh, let me go over. Let me pull back up what we were doing. Okay, hold on. Give me some what we overviewed tonight. Where everybody else? Where you go, military Mike? Where you, Danica? You still in the house? Where all my peoples at? I missed y'all. Did I run y'all off? Y'all my family. You know y'all mean the world to me. I maybe New York has the best piece out here because I think they kind of Chicago. I don't. I'm gonna have to go. I never. I'm gonna have to taste both of them to see because I heard Chicago and uh New York be popping on them pizzas, but I heard that Chicago has some good Philly cheesesteak. Is that true? Or is that Philadelphia? I mean, because they call it Philly cheesesteak. When are you visiting Virginia? Well, I got to come up there. My best friend lives up there in Virginia Beach, so I'm gonna try to do it within a year or so because I ain't seen him in several years, and that's not cool. He usually come down to my house, or I go up to his, but he been kind of having health issues, so I'm gonna have to get with him. Retired sergeant major. That's right. He was a command sergeant major when he retired, but you lose your command part of it once you retire. Yes, indeed. What part of Virginia you talking about? EMI. I lived in Chesapeake for 6 years while I was going to college up there. So hopefully, when end of this year, begin next sometime this year, begin the first of next year. Now let's see what our sister Cynthia says. H Town on the life insurance. Is it better to get it through the VA since my husband is 100% permanent and total? First question, or should we look somewhere else? You got to find out which one is best for you. Watch our video, and that's the one talking about VA disabled veteran life insurance, and look on the section dealing with VA life. That's the program, and then compare it to some outside. Get two or three outside civilian health insurance, because remember it's a whole life policy. Great question. Get them and compare them. Now, Alaskany, look what Dogface Soldier said. Dogface Soldier said, Alaskany will fake his disappearance and will be part of the missing 411, and David or Paul Letter uh, will cover his story just for him to get his full life insurance money back. That's fair time though, baby. You don't want to be playing with that. Langley, sir. Okay. Langley, okay. Okay. Is the benefits is the beneficial to get the veterans life insurance. Yeah, it's beneficial, but I don't know about this new one. I fell under SDVI life insurance where they pay the premium and everything. Huh? But on the VA life, there's no time limit. Under the Ovum, there was a time limit. Let's see. So yes, we have a video out there. Disabled veteran life insurance. She said, "Thank you, H Town. Thank you, Cynthia Morales, and thanks to you and your family, your husband, because we appreciate when dependents look out for they family. Because I'm amazed, because her Cynthia, Sister Cynthia, and Frog Princess, our young sister there, they dependents and looking out for their family members. What can we do without them? We need people like this around. And when we're here to give you information in real time so that you'll be straight, because a lot of times we get frustrated, and you need to consider becoming his caregiver. Have you thought about that, Sister Cynthia? Huh? Okay, TJ say, be well. Good night. Good night, our brother. Now, and we wish you well. I live in Alaska, and there's a lot of area between South Alaska and Oregon to disappear, but though without connected to the internet. Oh, hold on. This is another dependent. This is dependent of a Vietnam veteran. Love, coming with some information. Now let's see what he's talking about. Just found out my remand from the Board of Veteran Appeals was a duty to assist error, meaning that the VA had a duty to assist him. Sometimes this is dealing with getting medical records or in-service military records, or honoring a DBQ from an outside doctor that they don't want to honor. Duty to assist error, VA was told correct the error and make another decision. So they sent it back, they put it remanded back down to them to get that stuff right. Or it could have been from the board. Oh, it was from the Board of Veteran Affairs. That's right. Now, it's been June 2024, no word yet. Now, remember what we told you to do. We told you to do what? We told you to request through the updates. You know, it's been June, this July, August. So it's been about 2 months. It's about time to request the update, see what's going on. Yes, okay. Now, he said yes. So let me see. So y'all know what we talked about tonight. Now let's get this up here. So these were the things we just covered tonight. We covered the 6 elements of a VA disability. 6 elements of VA disability. Now follow me. First, we talked about number 1, filing a claim. Number 2, medical exam. Number 3, high level review. Number 4, temporary and permanent ratings. Number 5, protected ratings. Number 6, VA forms. Where else can you go that you can get this type of information on a consistent basis, and we interact with each other and show support and give feedback to each other? I'm not saying there ain't none, but I ain't seen many. I heard 4 to 5 months. Yeah, you can wait 4 to 5 months, but when you get past 3 months, you can still question them. It depends what you feel about it. You know, that's just a rough estimate, and that's a guesstimation on that. Now, if anybody have any final statements, we're gonna get ready to close out. How long we been on here, y'all? 3 hours and 40-something minutes. Did we have a what? Did y'all learn anything from it? And if y'all got any questions, y'all let us know. Remember our channel, okay? Now, let me see here. Let me see what we got. Look what this. Look at it. That's German right there. Dankeschön. You must have a German girlfriend or something, because you know too much German. I was over there 3 years. And I didn't know that much. I know how to write it. I knew how to say it. Dankeschön. All right. Next time, be good. Let's start saying good night to everybody. Now y'all ain't gonna hear from me probably until to Sunday. Okay. So family, and make sure let's pray for what's the name? They made it home safe. Pray for Frog Princess and her daddy making it home safe. You know, it's dangerous out here with these hurricanes. So we glad they make it home. Hope they get the proper rest. Now, it's been very contributive, intellectual, and exquisite. Live H-Town pimping. Look, he get intellectual and street with me at the same time. Huh? This man out of control. Dogface Soldier. Okay, they're still collecting evidence. All they ask for is medical records from 2023 to and current. And I'm sure you already gave them that or about to give it to them. Greetings all. Good night, everybody. So let's give our last statements. And we're gonna be trying. I may not do it Sunday because I gotta I'm gonna put up something when it's gonna be, okay? Whatever date you see, that's the day it's gonna be, because I may not be available. I got a lot of stuff I'm doing around here. Okay, been fun. Learned a lot. How do you go somewhere where you can have fun and learn a lot? Y'all too much for me. Alaskan. What's Dogface Soldier? What's Dogface Soldier going to do until Sunday? He'll have 50 questions. I may try to have one Sunday. Keep looking, okay? About reducing. He getting out. Hello. Good night, fellows. Vest H-Town. Thank you again, brother. All right. Everybody shout out. Better have him email you. You can email me. Y'all can all email. You got any questions you need to talk to me, let me know. One of y'all told me to get back to you. I got something going. The cast was 2 hours short. Yeah, y'all be having me on them 5-hour live stream. Y'all took me over 5 hours. I ain't gonna never forget that. A couple of times y'all did that. But much love. I appreciate y'all. Okay, yes, about to give that to them about the VA. Said they're still working on my claim. Yes, look at it, and you modified the statement. If they've already, if you modify the statement based on your dates and everything. Okay, love say, good stream. Any last statements? Let's go. Alaskan, don't let the Bigfoot get you over in Alaska, bro. If it's not the weather, it's the hideous creatures worse than the VA. Laugh out loud. Our sister Cynthia say, good night, H-Town. Thank you for the information and the laughs. We gotta laugh. That we gotta help each other. We can take each other serious and learn from each other. You understand? There's sometimes for specific information, but we don't have to be too uptight, and we don't have to be too what call it joke too silly. We can have fun and take care of business. That's what we're about here at the H-Town Vet. But not worse than the DMV, but it gets it gets still stay safe. I'm thinking talking about the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. That's DMV. Okay. And let's talk about driver's license. All right. This is gonna be, I know we still got a lot of people in here, but we're gonna conclude the live stream, and we appreciate y'all. This has been a wonderful live stream, and people still in here. But we gonna let y'all go. And we want to thank y'all for joining us on this live stream of the H-Town Vet. Good night.